Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club. Things are a mess here for some reason. Hi, it's day 8 of Wheel of Time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, the book where it started to get really bad.
That's not the Wheel of Time, though.
That's not the joke I'm making.
But the book where... This is book 5. And book 5 was good.
I know, but book 8 wasn't.
Oh.
Of Wheel of Time?
You gotta set up the days thing, because otherwise I'm just like...
I thought that was so good. I thought that was clear as mud. The joke, I was equating
definitely
this
mud.
to the slog.
Yeah, definitely mud. 100%.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was that hard to understand.
I was like, I don't get it at all.
I was saying that Wheel of Time book 8 was not good.
It's true.
And day 8 was also not good.
Not great.
Welcome to a discussion of a book that
Well, we'll see how it goes.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Clarus, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, chat? What's up? How's your holiday season going so far? Because it's freaking cold up
cold
here and snowy, and I'm already ready for summer again. But I know that's just me. I know a lot of you people are very weird, and you're like, no, I like winter. I like it when I can't feel my toes, but I like feeling all my extremities. So. Charity is going great. Yes, it is.
Charity is going great. Yeah. Should we check in on the charity very quickly?
Sure. Why not?
Which overlay is it? It's this one. Has it $26,460.
Nice.
Crazy, right? $26,460 raised so far. We will be live again tomorrow night with Heroes Without Borders 2.
And I get to play.
Yeah, how that's going to happen technologically, we don't know yet.
No idea, but I'm definitely playing Guardian just to piss off Nerdy.
Yeah, I hate Guardians.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I hate Guardians.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be very good.
We do need to actually put together another setup, so that's...
Yep, that's among the list of things to do in the next 24 hours.
Love that for us. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna go so good.
Yeah. How's chat doing? How's everybody?
But yeah, I just want to say, Heroes of Borders 2 is still happening. There are still 2 seats available at the Stormlight Archive table. So if you want to come play the Stormlight Archive TTRPG with me as your DM, make sure you head over to the Tiltify in the link down below, or just go donate. Clarus and I are matching $2,000 worth of donations for the finale here.
Yes, thank you to Okayla for that awesome merch that you made. Old Cloud Yells at Man is available on our 4th wall if you would like a gift for yourself or someone else for Christmas.
Yeah, it is all there and ready for you. What was I about to say?
I don't know.
Oh, I have the thank you to give out.
Oh.
I went to the P.O. Box yesterday because I got notified that something had been delivered. And Ryoko's Guide to the Yokai Realms, this beautiful book, supplement for D&D 5e to play with like demons and things, came from Kenny Theology. Look at how beautiful.
Thank you, Kenny.
Look at how pretty this book is.
Pretty freaking cool.
It's a gorgeous feel.
It's
like it's raised. All the text on the outside is raised.
Yeah.
It's like the book is nice, but the sensory experience of touching the book is better.
Hell yeah.
Kenny Theology, thank you so much for this. This is an incredible gift. And I'm so excited to implement look at this little guy. He's just a little guy. I'm so excited to implement some of this in my games. So, Kenny, that's an incredible thing. And I am very, very grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Victor DeSana, thank you for that super chat. No worries, you do your thing. Book Club will always be here in perpetuity, forever. Yeah,
we leave them up, even though we should probably take them down.
Why?
Because people see our opinions and they're like, boy, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, but I'd rather have opinions online than not have opinions online, because people who don't put their opinions online, I'm super sus of, you know?
Yeah, you probably don't like me, but you know where you stand with me.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
There you go. And I would rather that, honestly. I think that's the better choice.
Yeah, I do love how often our reactions get dude, this guy is insufferable. And I'm like, you're not wrong. I get it. I also don't like myself that much.
Oh my god. You're so mean to yourself.
Yeah.
It's a flaw. That's why people don't like you. You're so mean to yourself.
But I'm nice to them.
Sure.
Oops.
Sure, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to day 8 of Wind and Truth. It'll probably be a shorter book club today.
It was also like a shorter section, but that was nice.
Yeah. Clarence, how you feel about day 8? Globally.
Globally,
The globe of Roshar. It is a globe, right? It's not flat.
I think so. That would be weird. Brandon Sanderson.
That's the reveal at the end of book 5, is that Roshar's been flat the whole time.
Well, it's like Shadesmart. You just walk and you take a step and you're on Brace.
Yeah,
you know, like you just fall off and Brace is like right there. You know, globally, Zeth and Kaladin are doing some cool shit. That was a fun section for sure.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
12124 seems chill.
Or like wants to be chill. You know, someone that's like, hey, like you guys seem like you know what you're doing, and I've like tried to be cool for so long, and it's clearly not working.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try and like be myself and see how that goes.
No, I like the idea of this High Spren realizing that they've been brainwashed, right? Like, the High Spren are essentially an occult of Spren nonsense.
Yeah.
And, no, I dug it.
Spren
Spren sense, yeah. I dug that. And I think that 12124's, the reveal that the High Spren aren't in as much danger as the other Spren because they also swear the oaths and there's, like, different levels of control over their bond was interesting.
They're like so aloof.
I don't know why
that they're not affected.
No, that's not what it is. It's that because they also share the oaths, that they have a more active role in the relationship to their being Radiants.
I thought that they couldn't become Deadeyes because they literally like didn't get close to their Radiance. I thought that was what was implied.
But it's explicitly stated that
they also
can break their
oaths.
bonds without there being any consequences.
They can, yes.
Yeah. That's just explicitly said.
Yeah.
And
that's what I mean, because they have the sense of separation. I thought that's what it was.
It's not because of sense of separation, though. It's because they also say the oaths, the contractual onus of the bond is shared between both parties, as opposed to where other Radiants, the Spren are just a vessel through which the oaths are said.
Oh,
right? Okay. And so by having both parties be a party to the saying of the oath, there is a like wider range of control that the Spren bring into this bond that none of the other Radiant Spren have, because they are purely just a vehicle for Radiant powers.
So I'm not gonna lie, this kind of seems like a loophole that if Adolin had known.
Thank you for being a member, Ignatus.
Hey, welcome to the Nerds Radiant. If I feel like if Adolin had known this, he would have had a much easier job getting some honor Spren to bond some Radiance. If he's like, okay, but if you guys also swear oaths.
I don't think that's... No. I do think that there is an element of the bond having to be different. You think
it's both?
Oh, it's definitely both.
Yeah.
It's definitely both, but I don't... Because I don't think the High Spren would be in any bond at all.
Well, they are in a bond. It's still the
No. I'm saying that
bond, right?
No, I'm saying that I don't think that without this, that Honor Spren would be in a bond.
Sorry, you're gonna have to
I will
say
be
that
much
again.
more clear. I do not think that if this weren't the case, the Honor Spren would be willing to bond.
That you don't think... Sorry, what? You don't think
that if the Honor Spren weren't a part of the... If without this reveal, I think that the Honor Spren would have never been Radiant Spren.
Like ever?
Yes. I think that the Honor Spren, or sorry, not the Honor Spren, the High Spren.
Oh my God! I was like,
sorry, I think that the High Spren would not have I hate the high sprint thing. Because I just think, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't get the name of it, but yeah.
They don't make any sense. They're just kind of nothing. And I considering how important the high sprint are to this book, Brandon Sanderson has done in my opinion, really bad job of establishing what they are.
The high sprint, yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get them at all.
They're the idea of being a sassy cunt, like I don't know.
They're the dominatrix sprint, actually.
But they're not that either. Like
no, I know. Because 12121 or whatever is the number. You look, names I can figure out. If you give me numbers in an order, it's gonna be a rough go of it.
Yeah, but without what I'm trying to say is that without the deal where they get to be in somewhat control of their bonds,
the high sprint would not.
They would have never been Radiant Sprint.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say. I'm sorry. I thought we were still talking about the honor sprint. Got very confused.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish they were better established, considering how important this is to this book.
My point was just like, if you can still have that bond where both sides take oaths, like,
yeah, maybe the honor sprint would also be down for some oaths. You know what I mean? Like, they are honor sprint. That might be where this is headed, right?
Yeah,
because Kaladin, the Wind wants Kaladin to be the champion of the sprint, right? That's why this Wind has brought Kaladin on this journey with Szeth and influenced the way that they have. So if Kaladin and Syl has said that she doesn't want to just be a Spren for her radiance. She wants to be a Spren for herself and like have this bond with Kaladin, but also have like an independent life.
Right.
And so I think the only way for that to work would be for the rest of the Spren and the Radiants to have bonds that are more similar to what the High Spren and the Stormbreakers are doing.
Yeah.
And I could see Kaladin sort of implementing a change to the Nile bond, allowing for the Spren to have more of an independent life and make playing the TTRPG even more difficult for the DMs.
You mean the DM also has to come up with oaths?
Oh my
for
god.
This? Well, I mean, I guess if you're playing a Skybreaker, yeah, you kind of have to.
Oh, come up with the oaths isn't the hard part. It's the playing everybody's Spren.
That's
because
what I
everyone
mean.
wants to be a Radiant. But once the Spren are like more independent and like... here's the thing.
Yeah.
Playing the Spren when they're like kind of sentient, kind of around sometimes, a little flitty.
Yeah.
Annoying and a lot if everyone's a Radiant, but not the end of the world.
Sure.
Playing everybody's Spren if they're independent characters that are present all the time.
Sorry. Just trying to fix my posture. My, like, arms.
Oh, I thought you were looking at your biceps in the camera.
No, sorry.
I was like, are you flexing right now?
No. I'm trying to, like, fix where my shoulders are sitting, because it's not,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were, like, flexing and looking at your bicep at the camera.
How would I be looking at my bicep like this?
I don't know. That's why I was so confused. I'm going to say something controversial.
Oh, what? Never.
Talking about day 8 of this book.
We never do that here.
I think this book is bad now.
Ah, damn. Okay.
And I'm shocked. Like, I'm actually shocked at how bad I think this book is.
Like, how hard it fell apart?
Yeah.
Because you were like, it's not bad. You know, like, there was, like...
No, I've been trying to be nice.
You were in denial. Bond.
I think this book is bad. I think, and like, if other people like it, I completely understand why. Mm-hmm. And this is a completely subjective thing, and it's just my experience of it. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong if you like this book. Mm-hmm. But the day 8 to me was a chance to turn towards the finale, and it was the most padded...
Edging.
It's not even edging.
That's not what Dalinar was.
No. That's not what edging is. Edging is consistently getting to the edge, and then right before climax, you stop.
Okay.
That's not what this is. This
Yeah.
is boring.
Yeah.
Edging isn't boring. Edging is tension and release, and tension and release, and like the little release that stops you from having the full release. This isn't that. There's no tension here. There's nothing of interest in this. Even Adlin.
You can't say there's nothing of interest in this.
Even Adlin,
I will
who
fight
I
back on
love,
that.
spends this day of the book finding out once more that Aesir and Alethkar have different cultures. And it is the most like, I read a copy of The Odd Couple and thought that I would write the Odd Couple sequence of events into my book. It is so flatly on the nose and amateurish that I cannot believe it made it into the book. This Adlin section is, I love the character, and I still love his plotline in Aesir. But the Adlin section of Adlin being like, I have to go get Gezimal a job, and then Gezimal's like, I'm good, man. I did what I did. I knew the consequences going in.
Yeah.
I knew what was going to happen. I did what I did. And Adlin's like, but that's crazy. And I'm like, oh, what are we fucking doing? This is not plot related. And look, chat. I understand. Those of you who finished the book are like, no, you don't understand. The book is trying to foreshadow that Adlin is going to win the Aesir plotline because he's going to understand that there's a different culture in Aesir than in Alethkar. I know. The book has made it so clear. The book has made it so flatly on the face clear
So wait, so you're
that
saying
that's what we're headed for.
Alethi law doesn't apply to the contract in Aesir?
Dude, I don't fucking know. But the reality of the Adlin Aesir culture conversation was flatly amateurish in a way that I couldn't believe was in a Brandon Sanderson book. At this point, if this had been earlier in the book, it wouldn't feel this way.
If this had been in Elantris, I would have been like, oh.
No, if this had been in Rhythm of War, I would have thought nothing of it.
Sure.
But it's day 8 of this book, and the tension is high, or it should be high. The tension should be high, and it is not. And we have Shallan is reliving her wedding for no fucking value whatsoever.
We got to see a wedding.
We got to see a wedding that we should have seen 2 books ago.
Sure, yeah.
For a reveal that wasn't a reveal because the reveal happened in the previous chapter.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I found it.
There was definitely a better way to execute what he wanted to do there. Tequila Sunset, thank you for that super chat. Nerdy, what do you think would be harder to manage, the Stormlight TTRPG or a theoretical One Piece TTRPG?
Well, here's
as like a DM, you mean, right?
Tequila Sunset, here's the thing. The Stormlight RPG is hard to manage because they made it very crunchy. You could make a very rules light, just because One Piece the world is rules light.
Yeah.
You could make a very rules light One Piece TTRPG that would be easier to run. The world is insane, right? The world is a lot to keep track of, but you could make the rules easier.
Yeah, it depends on how
the rules
system
of the Stormlight TTRPG are tough.
Yeah.
They're a lot. It is, and I've been like trying to start to get into it. I would like to make some shows with the system. The Stormlight TTRPG is a difficult game in terms of what you as the game master have to run and keep track of, and how the leveling system for the Radiants has to be these like big story moments where they say the words and they're accepted, and like you have to plan to have characters have emotional growth in a way that your players have to be open to and a part of.
Sure.
Like there's a real collaboration in the storytelling that's necessary for the Stormlight TTRPG that I think will be difficult at
certain tables.
Yeah. I think it would be a really hard game to run at LGS. If you're a DM who's like, you like one of your jobs is that on Thursday night you go run games that at a store, I think this one would be a really hard game to do a weekly game of. It's a lot, man. The leveling, being able to level into anything at any time is really complicated.
Yeah, ours just says it needs experienced players, and I think that's that is absolutely true.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's crunchy. Like it's the crunchiest system I think that's been put out in the last couple of years. And it's not quite Pathfinder, but it's closer to Pathfinder than it is even D&D 2024 in terms of crunch, right? And I'm really surprised. I did not expect the system when I back the Kickstarter, and I'm not upset that I did. I'm happy I have it. The books are beautiful, and I am excited to play it.
Yeah.
But when I bought into it, I did not expect it to be crunchy like this.
Sure, yeah.
I thought it to be more narratively driven, and it is so rules driven that
just a surprise.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I am not surprised we've not seen more kind of actual play space work with it yet, just because I think that the prep to put out a show for this game is a lot.
Yeah. Arzu, thank you for that super chat as well. Doesn't matter how good the ending is if people are too pissed by the time they reach the end. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's, and like, you know, we're already so far into this thing that, for me, like, I do have an investment, but I am the kind of person that will watch 1 or 2 episodes of a show, and if I'm like, no, I'm out. Like, different people have their limits, they have their walls, they have their lines, and I think that I really understand why a lot of people were like, I don't like this book, and I think that a lot of people finished it because they're like, well, I've read 4 already, I gotta, like, get to the end.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm not loving this book.
I think that we've talked a lot on this show about how this book doesn't feel edited. Mm-hmm. But the realization I had in day 8 was I'm not really sure what you would edit. Mm-hmm. I think that if I read this book up to this point, and like the rest of the book wasn't finished, and Brandon Sanderson turned to me and was like, what would you change? What would you do to get to the end of this?
I'd start over.
I would tell him to start over. I would say go back to the outline and don't put every character in their own plot line for the entire book.
Yeah, this is you're trying to give people a finale.
And no one is talking to anybody they know.
Yeah.
Except Zeth and Kaladin, kind of. Even Navani is not a character. Navani's been completely dropped off. Yasna's been put in purgatory until, I guess, the end of the book, where she'll just suddenly be interesting after having no arc because she isn't given any fucking screen time to do anything. She's
gonna make a cool speech. I do believe that.
The idea of everybody being alone for the entirety of the final book is so flawed to me, and it is exhausting. Mm-hmm. And it is the language of this book is so wildly inconsistent. We've talked about some of the like weird words and things that just
I'll never get over that.
And you know, we keep hearing from chat about like interviews Brandon Sanderson gave where he was like, oh well, he wanted to experiment with this book. Why? Like, why did you want to experiment with this book? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have done that in its own
like, and so it is unfortunately bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad book that I've not enjoyed the experience of, and I think that given how much I think the first 3 Stormlight books built up my expectations of what this series could be, mm-hmm. and what I thought like the quality of Brandon Sanderson's writing on a larger scale could be, I think that this book is maybe the biggest disappointment we've had on book club yet, because Wheel of Time was such a slow decay down to the worst of the slog.
Yeah,
but this is just Rhythm of War. I didn't love it, but it wasn't a bad book.
No,
there's great stuff in it.
No, there's lots that I actually love about that book.
This is baffling in its existence to me.
Yeah.
And that's not a feeling I want to have reading the end of a series that I think has some of my favorite things ever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm confused that I'm reading this and Brandon Sanderson's name is on it.
Yeah.
It reads like fan fiction. It reads like chapters of this book read like they're pulled off AO3.
Yeah.
And look, there's great fan fiction. I'm not trying to like shit on fan fiction, but like,
it doesn't feel like it is. Like fan fiction doesn't really feel produced, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, this again we said feels like we were lacking in terms of that, as Arzu said, that red pen. Code 76 says, I think his decision to structure this book into 10 days left him compelled to fill each day with the same amount of storytelling, even if nothing was really happening with their stories.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and Arzu says he should have given us more story then, which also is true. Like, if this is a structure that you want to go with, you've given yourself a challenge, and you did not rise to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Which is, it is.
But
It's disappointing. Like you said, the other books are so good. I know you don't love Rhythm of War. I quite like it. This is a pretty big drop off for sure.
Yeah, we'll start chapter 88. Sigil off page, killed and unmade. That's how the week starts.
Yeah.
Why would I want to see that?
It's very boring. Not important at all. Because they won, so why would you need to see it?
No, it's fine. He took out the unmade off page. You know the plot line that Zeth is in, where he's spending the entire book to get to an unmade? Sigil did that off screen. So now let's talk with some guy we don't know about what it means to lose people. Cool.
Yeah.
Great talk. Sigil goes to a meeting. Don't worry, we will get the meeting. We won't get Sigil fighting the unmade, but we will get the meeting where they kind of stand around and go, Sigil, I know we've said this 6 other times this book, but we don't know what to do. Do you have any ideas?
And he's like, I have one idea and it's bad. And we were like, yeah, it's bad.
Literally, they have planning meetings with generals fucking every day of this book. And every time, everyone is like, we have nothing. And Sigil's like, I have one idea, but it's not a good one.
I know, it is, yeah.
Every time. You don't have any ideas? No one's got it. Guys, this isn't a good brainstorming session.
Oh my God.
Every time I come to a meeting, everyone goes, I don't know. What do you got?
Yeah.
But it's every time. Like, it's like comical.
Yeah.
These generals are like, bro, we've only been at war our whole lives, but we have zero thoughts.
I just got here, but I'm the only one.
I don't know, man.
That's going to be able to make shit happen for us.
We cut over to Dalinar. Dalinar is currently being...
He's just doing the float,
booped around by Odium.
Saline float. He's like... sensory deprived.
Dalinar, this arc, this whole day is... God, I'm being so mean, but I'm so done with this book. This whole day is just Dalinar experiencing things that he's already processed and been open about in Oathbringer to no new effect. Genuinely, what a waste of my fucking time. I'm sorry. Dalinar being... Odium giving Dalinar the visions that were the flashbacks that we already saw.
Yeah.
We already watched him process these flashbacks and emotionally be like, wait, no, I can move forward from this. You can't have my pain. It was a great moment in Oathbringer. Watching it happen here was just insanity. I was like, what are we doing? Yeah, I know you're okay with this now. I watched you. I read a whole book about you dealing with this grief. I remember reading it. It's 1,000 pages long. And here he's like, oh my God, I don't want to see myself. I'm drunk. Oh no, it's a bad night where I was an asshole. And we're like, yeah, we know, man.
We saw it all throughout the course of an entire book. Yeah.
And I think the point of it, I think the point of it is that Gavinor is gonna be the fucking champion at the end of this.
Which we called at the very beginning.
And that Dalinar is not gonna be able to kill him, and like, it's gonna end on, I don't know what it's gonna end on.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, I mean, this section, I think, is more about Gavinor than it is about Dalinar.
Yes, here's the thing, yes.
But...
it is, but... The problem with it, I should get to what the actual problem is instead of just making jokes. The problem with it is, after a whole book of Dalinar just watching new information, this is Dalinar watching old information.
Yeah.
And he's not active in he's not doing anything. Yeah. And so it's just not a story. It's just fucking, like, it's so many words to accomplish nothing from a character-driven perspective, right?
Yeah.
It is just watching someone watch a movie that causes them distress. And that is tough, right? Like, there is emotion to it, and, like, the Elhokar scene, like, there is emotion in Gavinor seeing Dalinar beat up Elhokar without context, right? And Gav is going to have to work through that when he gets older. But Dalinar can't be active in any of these things because nothing can happen, right?
Yeah.
All he can do is be performative in showing us, the audience of the book, that he remembers that he went through this emotional growth 2 books ago.
Yep.
That's all that is happening,
Yeah.
is that he's being performative about stuff we already saw him process. And in a book, if this exact day of stuff had happened, in a book where Dalinar had been doing a bunch of stuff and then been derailed by Odium into this for day 8, I would be very interested in it.
Okay, that's fair.
But in this book, where Dalinar hasn't been doing anything ever the whole book,
Yeah.
to have him be doing more nothing in a, like, arc that we've already seen him go through, only to end it with him being like, yes, I do remember the character growth I went through in Oathbringer. You can't change me, Odium, because I did this already.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, I know, because I read that fucking book.
Yeah.
I watched you process these exact flashbacks.
Yeah.
And so the difficulty of his agency being so stripped away for the whole book, and then being like, but these are the emotional visions that matter. And I'm like,
I think that the only one that I thought was mildly interesting was his moment, like, beating up Elhokar. Right, I think that Dalinar kind of coming to terms with the, like, I have one way to solve problems, and I can see how this moment led to Elhokar dying. Right? Like, that I think that is a pretty big revelation. I think that is important, but that was a moment in this section.
sure, yeah.
And I thought that, yeah, everything around it was kind of, sure, whatever.
I'm just really shocked that in the structuring of the outline of this, that Brandon Sanderson didn't give Dalinar something to do in any of this. Because this doesn't...
Yeah, he's the author. He could have done anything.
The idea that the lesson Dalinar needs to learn for the Contest of Champions is that he shouldn't be a brood about it isn't a deep enough idea.
When we don't know what the contest...
Well, no, but if that even without that, it's not a deep enough
Yeah.
idea to be this long.
Sure.
Like, if that is all Dalinar learns, then he's the dumbest character ever written. Because it's just taking too long to learn such a simple idea.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't know. The first vision is Dalinar grieving Gavilar's body. It's sad because it happened, but it's also, I don't know.
But also, we're sitting here being like,
yeah.
he's...
Chapter 98. Nope, 89. I'm dyslexic. Revelations. Kaladin and Zeth and them, they all get to the Dustbringer monastery. And Zeth goes in and is like, Zeth starts to, like, plan what he's going to do. So Kaladin and Nail get to have a very frustrating conversation where Kaladin is like, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to ask Nail questions about himself. And I'm like, is this like... Is Kaladin learning how to date?
No, he's the first therapist to ever exist.
No, he's like, man, I've just been talking at this person, but now I'm going to ask some questions about themselves, and it's working. This is Kaladin learning how to date.
Nope, that's therapy.
He's learning how to be a good boyfriend.
Sure, yeah. When he
Are
finally
Kaladin
dates
and Nail
Leshwi.
gonna date?
No, it's gonna be Leshwi.
I don't know.
But like this is the relationship beforehand where you learn a lot of lessons to take into the next one that then ends up being the right relationship for you. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Nail gets like wistful
and then
about
he's like,
past desolations.
Yeah, and then is like, shut up, don't talk to me. Pretty much. Because his logic is so inconsistent over the course of his life. That he's like, nah, can't think about it. I was flawed back then, but now I am perfect.
And they go to the monastery. We cut over to Venli.
Hey, that's Linus, don't be mean. He dated one person. Okay, he
It didn't
dated
go
Lynn.
well.
Yeah, but he dated.
Remember Lynn? Remember that character that I definitely thought was going to be way more important? Where is she, do you think?
She's like fighting with Sigil?
Maybe.
Or she's dropping off the mink.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
One of the two.
She's just gone. Anyway, Zeth, I don't know. Zeth's gonna try and find a way not to kill people. We cut over to Venli. We got over Venli. Venli is like looking up. The battle's up above. They've somehow snuck down, and they're like, I can feel the magic, and it is like beneath us.
We're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, should we stop? Should we just turn around and go home? Should we just stop? No, let's take a break. You know, let's.
And then Leshwi's eyes start to glow red as she's like, fuck, I'm fused again. So sorry about that. I couldn't stop myself. Now that the power's here, I am fused.
Yeah.
And
oopsie.
That can't be bad, right? That's gonna be fine. And Bentley's like,
it's fine. It doesn't matter. We didn't expect you to like do it in 1 week. No worries. You can give it up again. And I was like, can she?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then we cut over to Jasna, who is like, well, I sent everyone away. Nothing bad can happen here in Thalena because those ships aren't real. And then Taravangian is like, hello! I'm Taravangian now! Jasna, I'm here!
Surprise!
Thought you weren't gonna catch that, but you did.
I was really hoping you wouldn't see through my clever plan.
When Taravangian says to Jasna in this scene, I'm also talking to Queen Fen right now. One of the advantages of being able to be in more than one place at one time. I was like, why are you explaining this like this? Yeah, like...
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I hate all the Todium stuff, this book, and so I'm like, I'm pissed.
If you want to convince me that two characters are smart and they respect each other's intelligences, you have to write their conversations as if they are assuming the other person gets it. But when you have a smart character explain exposition to another smart character because you're worried the audience isn't going to understand, what actually happens is that it makes the characters seem like they don't understand each other's intelligences and they are less smart. It's a weirdly difficult thing to do, where if you're going to tell me that both characters in a scene are intelligent, you actually cannot say as much exposition. Because smarter people don't exposit less in real life, but it is a, like, writing thing, where...
Unless they think the people around them are dumb.
Yes, but you can't... It's this weird scene of Taravangian explaining to Jasna things that he says he respects Jasna and she should just assume.
What? Like what?
Particularly, like, he's like, I have the power now, so I can be in two places at once. And I was like, why are you saying that out loud?
And Marie says
it felt so anime.
Wants to, like, show off his god powers. He's like, look what I can do.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
He's excited.
He's God-splaining.
Yeah, he's God-splaining. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, Todium is like, hey, so I'm gonna win Thalen City, but, like, not by military force. You guys are gonna join me.
And also, not today. We won't come back to this today. He just shows up, informs Jasna that he's doing shit, and then that's it. That's the end of the plotline for the week.
Have tonight to make up a speech to convince Queen Fen that she shouldn't just join me. We'll see you tomorrow.
I am convinced that that Brandon Sanderson created Jasna and then he's, like, intimidated by her.
He's intimidated by powerful women.
It's why he won't put her in the fucking book.
Yeah, that's...
Because she's doing nothing. She gets this is a third of a chapter. She gets a third of a chapter every day of this book to sit and, like, be smart but not interact with anybody.
Yeah.
She barely interacts with her own friend. And then Taravangian comes in and just, like, explains what's going on to her. Giving up his advantage. I don't get it at all.
He's like, all right, Jasna, get good. See ya.
Oh, and Bryce, I would have loved to cut over to him talking to Queen Fen. I would have loved to, like...
Yeah.
I would love to watch the characters in this book who are doing things do things. Instead of watch the characters who are adjacent to the characters doing things. Learn that the characters doing things are doing things.
Well, because we know Jasna is not going to change her mind. But having Taravangian and Fen's scene be active in him 100%. Convincing her to then perhaps join him, that is.
Well, I thought it was going to be the interlude.
Yeah, I thought more engaging.
I thought because we got to interludes, I was like, oh, the Odium Fen scene will be the interlude.
And then the interlude is 2 seconds.
The interlude is Todium nothing.
Like, I'm sorry, I hate the Taravangian interludes at this point.
It's Rocky Bullwinkle's villain. Well, but, it's like you just did it. Like, he's literally become the Rocky Bullwinkle villain with the mustache.
And I can't stand it because I'm like, oh, you just had to have 2 interludes here.
Yeah.
And so we're getting Todium being like, tee-hee, and advertisements for other books. And I'm like, I don't want to be advertised to.
Anyway, so
sorry.
Yasna will return in day 9. Chapter 90, A Candle Before the Storm. Zeth and Nightblood have a chat as they walk into the Dustblood Monastery. And
Dustblood. Oh, Dustbringer. I was
I
like,
said Nightblood.
damn. Yeah. No.
Dustblood sounds pretty cool, though.
I was like, that sounds cool.
And
that's the new Fused.
So Nail is like, yeah, that old fuck is dead. Arzu says Todium execution feels like so many missed opportunities in most scenes. This book, Wind and Truth, is missed opportunities. It is a 1,500 page tome of missed opportunities. That's what this book is. It is the biggest collection of missed opportunities put to page I've ever read in my life. I always wanted a Cal and Yasna team up because I wanted Cal to have a roast battle like Yichala did in Words of Radiance. That'd be fun.
Have
they ever spoken?
They did once because they like got mad at each other, and Yasna was like, "Do you want some puppies, you little bitch?"
That's right.
That's been their
Yasna chewed him up.
Yeah.
And then he's avoided her ever since.
Well, because Yasna was like, "Okay,
yeah.
You have your morals, so what do you expect us to do with that?" And Cal's like, "Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't have a solution. I was just pushing back." And she's like, "Okay, get out of the room, child." Like that is literally how their interaction went.
And Bryce says, I feel like my bad feelings about Taravangian becoming Odium were validated. Oh, I agree.
Same.
My disappointment at Taravangian becoming Odium has been vindicated by my feelings about how it's gone in this book.
Well, and like
You were more into it than I was.
See,
I was worried about this when it happened.
No, but here's the thing. We already got to the moment where it fell apart for me, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I had trust in Brandon Sanderson that I thought that there would be something here to change the game in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
And then Taravangian just became Odium within, what did we say, 6 days? Was it day 6 where he's literally like, fuck it.
I'm just gonna kill Cabron.
I'm just gonna be the worst. And I was like, okay, well, then it's just Odium again, and it doesn't actually matter there. It's Taravangian at all, actually.
Well, and the sinking of Carbranth was 2 days ago. And
he's fine.
Well, but
he's playing with bugs and a magnifying glass. Like
that should have been when people found out that Taravangian was Odium.
Yeah,
because the people the smart people should have had a Spanry tell them that Carbranth was destroyed, and they should have gone like, wait, Odium can't attack Carbranth because of his deal with Taravangian.
Right.
Like, that would have been an interesting way to have...
We would have known that immediately.
But it would have been an interesting way to have the Carbranth destruction matter to the book.
True.
But the Carbranth... It's been 2 days since Carbranth was destroyed, and no one has brought it up. A city was destroyed by a tidal wave, and no one has been like, my span reads are telling me. Like, Yasna in that scene should have been receiving news that Carbranth was destroyed, and Taravangian should have come in
figured it out
and been, like,
it got there.
justifying it.
Sure, yeah.
So that the like I respect Yasna thing felt like it was real in that she's like berating him about destroying Carbranth and he's justifying it and telling her that he's going to take Thalena next. Well, there's so many ways for it to matter.
Yeah.
And what Brandon Sanderson has chosen in this book with all these big reveals and these big moments is that they don't matter after that point.
Yeah.
They're just never brought up again.
Yeah.
It's the Sigil needing Stormlight and Dalinar not thinking about a problem. It's the like
Arzu, I'm almost positive that Dalinar knew about this, of their deal. I am like 95% sure.
No,
that Dalinar knows. And if Dalinar just never told Yasna that seems insane to me.
Dalinar,
but
Taravangian told Dalinar that he betrayed him
to save
Carbranth.
Yeah.
That was in the scenes in the house.
He's like, I will do anything.
And the idea that Dalinar
wouldn't city for my family.
The idea that Dalinar wouldn't then share it with Yasna when they're trying to negotiate the contract doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But again, these things just happen in a void. And the first 3 books of this series, it felt like the events collided into each other. And that was what was so fun about Oathbringer, is it felt like a bunch of the events I wanted to collide into each other finally did. And it finally felt like things that were kind of in their separate plot lines from Way of Kings all the way to there, everything coalesced.
Yeah.
And like it felt necessary, and these characters did things together. This book, but like Oathbringer, you get the mission to take out the Midnight Mommy Part 1, right? Then you get the mission to Alethkar, with a group of characters doing stuff together. Then you get the final fight at Thaylen Fields. We got all 3 of those massive things in one book. Right? That book had structure. This book, everyone is in the same plot line they've been in since day 2.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. Everyone's waiting for the end of the book to do anything. And, sorry, other than some very cool fight stuff for Aelin and Sigil, there's no coming together of anything.
Yeah.
It is just padding. It's just filler. It's literally just padded out until day 10.
Tequila Sunset says the Kharbranth deal happened after Dalinar confronts him. No, he secures Kharbranth at the end of Oathbringer after Dalinar has arrested him. Yes, however, Dalinar arrests him and then talks to him several times to try and understand why he betrayed them. Right?
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Dalinar and Taravangian talking before the betrayal. I'm talking about when Dalinar and Taravangian are talking in the house.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's after
I'm talking about in Rhythm of War, not in Oathbringer.
Yes.
Yeah. When they're in the house where Szeth ultimately confronts Odium with Taravangian, or where Taravangian confronts when Szeth is there.
Yeah.
In those conversations, Taravangian says why he did it to Dalinar.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, fine. But
I'm pretty sure he did. I thought we read that.
There's a way to make these things matter to each other within the book. And right now, there's no connective tissue between things.
Yeah.
The We Chose moment with I know I keep bringing it up, but like that felt like it was this big moment, and it has meant nothing.
Yeah.
Kharbranth being destroyed has meant nothing to anything. Yeah. It just is a thing that happened. And nobody cares, and no one's talking about it. It doesn't impact how anybody feels about anything. And so this book is just events. And I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling so hard with it because I want to love it. I want to be over the moon about it.
Yeah.
And right now I'm like, this is bad. And I'm so shocked by that.
Yeah.
And like it's so, I can't believe it, genuinely. Like I can't believe that I believe that this book is as bad as I do. But it's a mess.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping things come together in the end. I really do. Like I want the final 2 days to make this into something that at least makes sense. Even if it's not good, at least I hope it makes sense why he did what he did. But I don't know. I don't know if I will. Tequila Sunset says he secures Kharbranth at the end of Oathbringer after Dalinar's arrested him. Dalinar doesn't arrest him in Oathbringer.
Yeah, so we literally just talked about this. I read those out, and then
No, I know, but I was talking about I only responded to the first one, but
that was two. Those were together.
Oh, he gets arrested in Oathbringer for review.
He gets arrested and then betrays them. Yeah.
But he doesn't get arrested in Oathbringer. He gets arrested in Rhythm of War.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the sequence of events is that then he is in that shack for a while.
I hope we get a complete re-edit of this book for its 10th anniversary. I don't know what you would re-edit.
I'd be down. I think that, you know, like you said, if Brandon Sanderson came to you and was like, what do you think? You'd be like, start over. And I think honestly that, like, I would say the same. But if the book exists as it does, I do think that there is a way to make it more interesting. I think we've talked about several things that would make it more interesting.
I don't know how you would.
What do you mean? You rewrite parts of it. You get a re-edit. You get a rewrite. Like, that's...
Sure, but you would want to keep the plot the same. But because of the way the plot is just stretched out over pages...
But we've had problems with pacing and how information is provided. This book could be shorter, and I think it would help it a lot. Genuinely.
I don't know. I honestly think that, like, if you sat down to do an honest, like, re-edit that keeps the the like you can't change the Wikipedia version of the book, right? So you
can't change events, but you can change how things happen and how information is
but the events
given to the audience.
Like the flashbacks are so bland that like just rewriting them I don't know how you would make it more what Dalinar goes through more interesting. You could write it with better prose so that at least the like words are beautiful. But Brandon's not going to do that.
No, but that's not that's not going to help. You get rid of a bunch of the repeated information that we got in the spiritual realm with Dalinar. Honestly, most of the spiritual realm stuff can fucking go. Like I said, because of how time moves in the spiritual realm, you can do everything that is actually of value in the spiritual realm in one of these days.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Like no problem. Like that's not an issue at all. These conversations again that are nothing like Adolin learning that fucking Azmir is different. Like you can absolutely rewrite that and make that better. The Shallan stuff does not have to be so repetitive, and you can take out a bunch of that as well. Again, spiritual realm stuff. I think the Zeth Kaladin stuff can stay mostly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it would work. But that's not my job, thankfully. I would just give up. I'd be like, dude, you already made $1 billion on this book. Don't put it out again.
I was just like, we could at least put in Dalinar worrying about the armies that he left at home.
I would love it.
Yeah.
You know what? That'd be a huge change.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Great re-edit right there.
Just honestly, like this book just needs them to acknowledge the other plot lines more. Mm-hmm. It's very odd that these people all, and even like Shallan in this section is like, I hope Adolin's doing okay, and that's like all we get. Meanwhile, cut to Adolin has like lost a leg and is going through hell, and she's like, they're gonna get back together, and Adolin's gonna be like, what was the last 10 days like for you? She's gonna be like, I relived our wedding. I had emotional catharsis with my mom.
Yeah.
And I let Moraes go a bunch because he called me his little knife, and it like, kind of turned me on a little bit. What did you go through, Adolin? And he's like, I went through hell. I lost a leg. I killed a thunderclast by being an idiot.
Leg, lost a leg,
Like, that conversation between them is, also your brother has a boyfriend now. It's so cute. Oh yeah, she's like, I was cheering on gay love.
Yeah.
And Adolin is like, I
was being LGBTQ rights activist.
I watched some of my closest friends die. I
watched a man
literal hell
in Shardplate get turned into soup by a thunderclast, actually. It was horrific. And then I had to pick up his shard blade.
And then an hour after that, I was playing checkers with a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and also one of the heralds was there and just fucking murked a bunch of fused. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So Zeth goes into the Dustbringer place to go fight the person. They're completely shrouded from head to toe. Mm-hmm. And they won't kill Zeth. They won't actually hit him. Even though it seems like they want to. And then he's like, I'm not going to fight you. And then she's like, why? How did you figure out it was me? And he was like, I actually didn't. Wait, Elid? What? Oh, hey, sis. And then we find out the Elid is already dead. Zeth's dad is already dead. There's a chance that the fights that he's been in have been rigged so that he was always going to win them.
Which seems crazy because unless Kaladin... like, Zeth would have died if Kaladin hadn't saved him. So, I can't...
I think that one might have been real.
No, I don't think... No.
I don't know, man. It's fine. This made the, like, the Zeth Kaladin stuff a little weird for me. The emotional part of it was nice. I did like that. Like, I liked him and his sister and that conversation.
Yeah, and the reveal is, like, actually interesting. I was like, oh, this is where we're going with that. Okay, that doesn't make any sense yet to me, but it is interesting.
The conversation after the fight with Elid, with Zeth, Nail, and 12124, where they're kind of like, well, this is just how it was supposed to go. And you're like, what is this test? What are you trying to accomplish? And then they're like, well, we want you to be a herald. And he's like, what? Why? And they're like, well, because currently the Oath Pact is like breaking apart because Jezreel's dead.
Yeah.
And so our big plan is for you
to put a Band-Aid on the
to
Oath
get
Pact.
tortured forever.
Yeah.
And the way that we're going to determine if you're the right person to do that is by making you fight shadows of dead people you knew.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't get why this is the test for being a herald.
Well, because they do spearhead the fucking, like, desolations, right? You do have to be able to be fucking competent so that you don't just, like, die immediately. Like, they have to...
But you're testing his competence against things that aren't real.
Well, not things that aren't real. They still fight like the honor bearers would, right? He has to fight fused and unmade and shit. So I guess they're testing him against the honor bearers. Like that makes total sense to me.
I guess. I guess.
I don't think that, we need to mend the Oath Pact and work with this unmade to do so makes any sense. Like, that's where I'm kind of stuck, being like, what the fuck? Right? Because Ishi's over there doing what the fucking unmade was doing and, like, torturing Spren and killing them and shit. And for some reason now Nail is also working with them too, and so that is the part that is confusing to me. I don't know exactly where that's headed, but I do think the reveal of trying to make Szeth a herald is interesting.
Yeah, the people in chat are saying like they're testing his competence against all the surges. I mean, yes, they're testing his competence against all the surges. I don't feel like they need to do that, given that he's Szeth's son Villano, Truthless of Shinovar, who wore white on the day he was to kill a king.
He is Szeth's son Naturo. How fucking dare you?
I was quoting the beginning of that first book.
I know.
If there's one character who, like, Arzu, thank you for 10 gifted memberships.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Arzu.
Thank you so much. That's incredible.
Yay. So many reactions, y'all. You can watch us fall apart in real time as we experience this book.
Yeah. I think the problem with Szeth becoming a herald to me is that the heralds don't want to go back to Braze. So why would it matter who the new herald is if your plan is to just leave Taln there alone anyway? Like, unless they're like, oh, Szeth will be the new Taln.
Taln's not there.
Well, I mean, he literally is now, but...
Well, yes, but they don't know that. Or maybe they do. Maybe they can feel when someone gets sent back.
I would assume they can. Oh, no, because then they would have made a bigger deal about Chana getting sent back.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Although, no, Nail knows that happened, so never mind.
Well, yeah, but Nail is... fucking makes no sense. What's she doing?
It has a click on it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's my lip gloss.
Oh.
Pushes it.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm so tired.
That is fair.
I'm not actually slept really... I got really high last night and I slept great. I'm so... This book makes me exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with it. Like, I love book club and I love talking with you guys about the book. About the books. I'm so excited to start Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm so excited to get away from the Cosmere, honestly. But...
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at. I'm so excited to not be talking about this book anymore. And that's where I'm at right now. Is that I'm like, I'm thrilled at the idea of never discussing this book ever again.
Yeah, well, and part of me was like...
I'm struggling with that.
I was thinking this morning, I was like, oh, like, are we doing a full book recap? Or should we do a full series?
You did say that. You were like, yeah.
Or should we do like...
We'll just answer questions. Yeah, we'll do questions
and we can talk about like the full like series instead of just like this book again, because it's far less fun when we're like about it, right? And so
I feel bad because I'm like, I hope people don't feel like I'm wasting their time by just repeating my same problems over and over again. But this book, because it's not going anywhere, the same problems I've had the whole time are consistent.
Yeah, and we don't need to keep repeating that. So if you guys would rather do like a full like series recap instead of just this book, I think that would make questions more interesting. Yeah. For sure. But then we don't have to be like, wow, we don't like this one.
Zeth is going to have to become a herald. Sigil is in a meeting. No one has any plans. And so Sigil is like, I've got a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It has a 10% chance of success.
Yeah, I don't get why they would abandon the Central Plateau. The plan that he kind of brought up didn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't make sense to me, but again,
why would you leave? The bad guys know that all they have to do is hold the Central Plateau to, like, Odium is aware of the rules of the contest. So trying to be like, we're going to trick them into not knowing the rules of the contest didn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's not that they're trying to trick them into not knowing the rules of the contest. It's that they're trying to find a contractual loophole in a way that, again, I don't know what the laws of this country are. So I'm just going to be like, all right, whatever you say.
I just think getting all of them to leave the Central Plateau, I'm sure that's what happens. But right now, Sigil said this and I was like, that doesn't seem like a real plan.
Yeah. I'm a little like, what on the plan? Chris asks in the chat, when will you do the secret projects? We're gonna.
Who knows?
We're gonna switch over to Dungeon Crawler Carl and also the Expanse in the new year. Do a little bit of that. I have a feeling we'll probably come back to some of the other Cosmere books, like the secret projects, in spring, maybe.
It depends on how this book ends.
Well, no, I want to do them, so I will at least be doing them in the spring. But we want to do some Dungeon Crawler Carl, The Expanse, and Kushiel's Chosen.
Yeah.
We want to revisit those series, and so we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we will come back in a few months, probably, depending on how fast we get through the other stuff as well. But I do want to cover them, and so even if you don't do it, I will.
No, I'll do it with you. I don't know. I don't know when. We don't have a plan for that right now.
No, everything's a little loosey-goosey at the moment.
Yeah,
sorry about
people
that.
are saying they're fun. I hope so. I just want them to be concise. I just want them to be.
Is there anything like Dawnshard? You know,
we're gonna get to Dawnshard. We're going to get to when we get to the interludes and we have to talk about the insanity that is Brandon Sanderson just dropping in the assumption that you've read Dawnshard is truly wild to me.
It's choice.
The most insane. The interludes in this book are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Yeah.
They're either Todium doing fuck all and being like all self-important about his own bullshit, or they are the most insane ads for books that I don't think we're ever going to get that you'll ever read. I'm
sure we'll get them. But
I don't think we're going to get an Iriali, like, space colonization book. You know what I mean? I don't think that is ever going to go anywhere. Especially if he starts to slow down, realizing that not everything he writes works. And he starts to, like, consolidate into things that, the most important things he wants to get written. I don't know if that's actually true, because apparently he's putting out another book next year, but...
yes. Another Hoyd book.
There's a really nice moment at the end of this Sigil section where Vienta apologizes for being a bad Spren, and that she's been struggling since Euthenia's death. Yeah. And, like, the coming to terms with the idea that they're not immortal is really fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good moment.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be rough for them to work through.
Yeah.
Because, yikes.
The Spren are becoming very sentient, though. And I am very curious how he handles that moving forward.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a big shift in the Spren in the second half of the series.
Or at the end of this book. If somehow
That's what I mean. That there's a moment at the end of this book that then for the next 5 books changes things.
Well, and just because of the, I know that it was really important in Rhythm of War and isn't in this book, but the sibling Navani Fabrial stuff felt like it was going to be really important to how this ended, and who fuck knows where Navani is.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something there. I think there's something going on with the sibling Navani relationship and Fabrials and how that's going to impact the existence of Spren in this world that will come up. I just don't know how. Tequila, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you.
I think the ending will mellow you out. I fucking hope so. But the secret projects are fun. P.S. Chainsaw Man movie reaction when por favor. Is it
when it drops
on digital yet?
I thought it was still in theaters.
Yeah, so we didn't go see it in theaters because
we have to 2 words.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, is it that? Movie?
Oh, it's up now.
Yeah, it is up.
Oh no, that's a trailer.
Oh, okay. I was like,
if there's a way to watch it on digital legally, then as soon as that happens, is it like on Prime or something? It might, because it was in theaters, so it might not be on Crunchyroll.
I don't know. Yeah, it's.
Oh. Oh, it is up.
Oh, it is.
Okay. Soon.
Soon. I don't know if we'll have time before.
Oh, because you want to watch it with me. Right.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What do you mean?
Right.
We did Chainsaw Man together.
No. I know. No. I've just been doing so much anime by myself that I just was like, oh, I'll get that up on Nerdy Daily. But
right.
No. Yeah, wild. We'll figure that out when we can figure it out. Lightbladeful, thank you for that super chat. I'm almost done with book 3 of DCC and find it highly enjoyable. I think you're going to love it. Expanse is amazing, of course.
Yeah.
The difference between secret projects and Wind and Truth is night and day.
Yeah, no, I think, because we don't want to bring any, like, bad feelings from Wind and Truth into the other stuff. I think it'll be really nice to take a break.
Yeah. We've also just promised so many other things. We've done Cosmere for so long, but
I know, guys, there's so many books out there, and
yeah.
If book club was the only thing we did, I think there's, we could obviously do a lot more of book club, but because we do so much shit.
Well, I've been wanting to to continue Percy Jackson, but because of the charity event, I just haven't been able to.
Yeah, and like I want to come back to like streaming and like doing video games and stuff in the new year. So like, there's just, we're gonna next year is gonna look a little different for us. Hopefully, we're trying to figure out some stuff to have a little bit of a better work-life balance.
I also think we're gonna be live more and have less pre-recorded stuff. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for that.
Don't forget those Cowboy Bebop reactions. Are you ever gonna get back to Cowboy Bebop?
I don't know. I'd have to like actually rewatch it all first. Nobody watched them, and it literally it was losing money because we have to pay Brandon to edit them. So
yeah, you should have done it 2 episodes at a time from the beginning. Doing it 1 episode at a time really.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, like, I just didn't know.
I know.
And I was like, I barely have time, so I'll just do 1 at a time. And
meanwhile, I'm over here pumping out 4 hours of anime reactions a week on Nerdy Daily. Chat, let's go. The One Piece is real, and we're gonna find it. It's just an ad for my other channel.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because they just lose money. They get like 200 views, so.
They don't get 200 views. They don't. I'm gonna prove to you that more people liked them than that.
Well, if we're going on likes, I don't know about that. It's almost time for a Clar's One Piece episode. Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that later today.
Yeah. Oh, your phone's gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
You don't have a single one under 1,000 views. 4.6? 9.6? You kidding me? 30,000 for episode 1?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's actually very surprising because they, like, whenever they would get posted, they, like...
Yeah, they grow over time, though.
I guess. Yeah, alright. That's fair.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll see. We're leaving on vacation. I'll think about this in 2026.
Vacation. We're going home for Christmas. To our parents' house.
That doesn't really count as a vacation. I
have too many siblings for it to be a vacation.
We are going to actually take some time off in the new year. Either January or February. We're scheduling time off. Because we haven't had that in, 3 years.
Spencer D says, the book is mostly ads for other books. Might as well stop and do some ads for other channels.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
called out.
Speaking of,
oh my god, shot right through the heart.
Speaking
right
of
there.
ads for other channels, I lost my Hall channel. It got taken away by YouTube, and I don't really understand why. So go subscribe to Claris Polaris.
Mm-hmm.
Go subscribe to Claris Polaris, because I'm going to be posting.
It's going to get revived in 2026.
Yeah, I want to do some video games over there. I want to do, like, the fashion, like, try-on hauls. I want to do, you know, like, putting together Ren Fair outfits.
I'm trying to convince her to stream Magic the Gathering Arena on Claris Polaris.
Not apparently, like, people don't really like Arena. Like, it's like,
I mean, okay. There's a lot of huge Magic the Gathering content creators, and that's what they do, is they stream Arena.
Yeah, I might give it a try, like, a couple times. I might text Jordy and be like, I'm gonna stream Arena, can you help me? Yeah. But yeah, no, I wanna come back to more live streaming in the new year, because we haven't had time for that, and it makes me sad, and I wanna hang out with you guys.
Okay, Raven will watch. So
great, sounds good.
Venli digs a hole underneath Narok Prime, and she finds Odium's body, and they've been caught. That's it.
Yeah, we were like, wow, we've never seen a glowing pool of power like this before.
Yeah,
we found the Well of Ascension, y'all.
I just wish that Venli had earned this somehow through this book, instead of it just being something that happens.
I don't know. I think she earned it last book.
I guess. Yeah. I just think there's a way that there could have been some conflict in this plot line, instead of it just being like, Venli walked for a few days and then heard the thing and then did the thing and then...
We don't need this book longer. Sorry.
The length of the book isn't the problem.
It is a problem.
No, it isn't. The length of it is only a problem because plot lines like this are just characters going to a place, having a feeling, going to the thing and finding it, and there being no conflict. If there was conflict and tension, the length wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, the problem with the length is how things are happening, not the actual length itself. Like, length on its own isn't a problem. It's the fact that Venli's plotline is she walks to the Shattered Plains, has no conflict, finds Odium's body, and is like, I don't know what this is. And you're like, why did I read that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, put conflict in it. Make it difficult. Make them have to accomplish this, as opposed to making it just be a thing that, because they're singers, Venli is just naturally attuned to, and so she just gets it in day 8. Like, up till day 8, she's just had to walk here. That's it. That's her whole plotline. I understand that The Lord of the Rings is about walking. Like, I get that, but...
And nobody walks alone.
But this is just... We're just here. Okay, and now we're here, and now what? Nothing. They get here, they don't even know what to do with it, because they don't know what it is. Yeah, they've just been following a random sound.
That's cool.
And it's also that this pool can be used by someone else later. But Venli is just a plot device to...
You say someone else. I don't know. Venli is very unique in that she is a, like, singer with a Spren bond. I think it could be Venli. I don't know.
Whatever God rules nonsense is going to be used with this later on. I think that they might be a part of it, but I think it's going to be this is going to be some conceit to beat Odium, so that this book doesn't just end
or at least
on
win
the contract.
The plane.
Yeah,
you know, yeah. Win Narok.
So the Heavenly Ones were discovered. They're in trouble. We cut to chapter 91. Dalinar is Elhokar. It's the day where Elhokar, he beat up Elhokar.
Oh, sorry. We talked about this.
They fight. Gavinor's upset about it, and the vision ends.
Like, makes sense. He's like, wow, my grandfather's beating up my dad. That sets a good precedent. Anyways.
And then we cut to Yasna, who is still talking to Odium. We talked through the whole conversation. I don't know why it was split into 2 different chapters.
That's a great fucking question.
It's that same conversation.
Yeah.
And then
speech and debate is tomorrow. Make sure you are prepared. Goodbye.
Then we cut back to Venli. Venli is talking with El and the Heavenly Ones, and they're like, "Holy shit, that's El!" And this book keeps telling me this guy's cool, even though he has done nothing.
He is present.
He's here now, I guess, which will matter. I don't know. Ella's like, hey, you betrayed Odium, which means that you think for yourself, which I think is cool, and new Odium thinks that's cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna like promote you if you come back.
Yeah, all you need to do is get those big old chasm fiends to attack the humans, and then we're chill.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know about that, but Leshwi's like, wait, fuck, I'm in. This is L. You don't understand. I'm sold. Goodbye.
And this book, since the end of Rhythm of War, they keep telling me this L guy is really cool, and then they're not showing me. This book is telling me a lot of things. It's not showing me very much. Mm-hmm. And this L stuff, it's so late in this book to try and make me to this guy important. It's so like this guy should have been important in like day 3.
Mm-hmm.
He just should. This should have been set up by now.
Yeah.
And I still don't really understand what L is or what L wants or
what L wants, what L needs, whatever makes me happy and sets you free.
I don't know what that song is.
And I'm thanking you for giving exactly what a girl wants, what a girl needs. You've never heard that song before? What the fuck?
Who's it by?
No idea. Not a clue. That was just like the song for like a year in like, I don't know, the early 2000s, late 90s. No clue.
It's Christina Aguilera?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Ex-Tina. Memonk says L should have been in book 4. L should have been in L should have been the leader of something in the like mink fight plotline or like I understand because people are like, well, but L was introduced in book 4, and it's like in like a weird like end of book like in a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
But then he should have been the main bad guy of this book instead of being in another. It feels like he's just gonna get another post-credit scene. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's here. I understand that he is here, but he's just he's a really cool concept with the like metal carapace. It's like such a cool visual, and that's it. Brandon Sanderson was like, "What
aluminum?
if?"
Probably, is that why he's so powerful?
I'm willing to bet it's all
so
aluminum.
Scary. Well, I wonder. Here's kind of a weird theory. I wonder if the aluminum actually is what blocks the rhythms.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that would make sense. I just want him and oh my god, the Khandra from what's her name? It's not Marana. It's...
Nope. I was like,
but she has an aluminum body, and he has an aluminum body, and we could have aluminum v aluminum. Aluminium.
Chat, help! It's gonna piss me off.
Why starts with an M.
I know. Why can't I remember? Oh my god. Milan.
Milan's aluminum body versus L's aluminum body. Let's go.
Yeah.
Put him in a ring.
Yeah.
Ember Eye says, but Odium needs to be the bad guy this book, although he could have been the villain for the first of this book. It's long enough for 2 villains. Ember Eyes, there's like 5 different fight plot lines going on right now. They should each have a relevant villain.
Yeah.
They should each have a relevant villain.
This book desperately needs their villains, and they're worse than the Wheel of Time villains. Kind of. Yeah. No.
Moash is a better villain than all of the Wheel of Time villains put together.
I know, but making Odium Taravangian and then having it not mean anything is so useless.
Sure, but Moash is better than all of the villainy of Wheel of Time combined. He has succeeded at things. He has made things difficult. He has failed but managed to come back.
Okay, I would
and grow in strength. Moash is a better villain than all of the villains of Wheel of Time put together.
I put him on like kind of similar to like the White Cloaks, where it's like they're bad guys, but you spend time with them, and there's actually like a thought process behind them for being bad, as opposed to the Forsaken are just kind of bad.
No, Moash is a better villain than the White Cloaks ever were.
Right.
The White Cloaks weren't even a good villain.
I thought they were interesting.
The most interesting thing about the White Cloaks was when they were fighting themselves.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Moash had internal conflict that turned him into what he is now.
Lanfear is better than Moash. Lanfear never succeeds at anything in the books. Maybe you're confused because TV Lanfear was actually seemingly good at her job, but the Wheel of Time villains never succeed at anything. They don't actually do anything.
Do you remember fucking Moghedien is like, I'm captured again. Ah, shit.
They never accomplish anything. They just fail.
Sorry, Wheel of Time spoilers.
13 solid books.
Yeah.
They never do anything. Moash does stuff, and he succeeds at it, and he is a villain for what he has done to our characters, and not just because in ages gone past, the mythological bad guys were mythological bad guys.
Yeah.
Moash is a bad guy right now.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Moash has done things to our main characters that are actually bad.
Yeah.
Although there are bad things that happen in Wheel of Time. They're just all off page, and they're not related to main characters. It's just a fact.
Yeah, Mad Hatter. I was thinking the same thing, where I'd rather have El than Abadi the Monarch, but I think that like because they fight and like win against Abadi like several times, I feel like they can't really do that with El because he's gonna be like big, bad, and scary.
Again, there's so many plot lines in this. They all need their own villains.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
They all need villains that are
interesting.
If you're gonna have every character be in their own plot, they need to all have their own bad guys. Yasna's bad guy should be El. El should be the smart. Instead of having Taravangian talk to Queen Fen, El should show up and try and win, and it should be like a diplomatic fight between Yasna and El, or something like that. They should all have good villains. Yeah. Abadi is a fine villain for the Aelan stuff. Abadi, Abadan the Monarch. All right.
Chapter 92, Into the Blue. Zeth is just like floating around, just chilling. He's a skybreaker almost. Yeah. He's like, what if I just go all the way up until I can't breathe? And he's like, falls and
goes to the city.
Yeah.
Good, Chapter 93.
Good talk. Good talk.
Like, we're at the point now where chapters of this book are, this is a thought a character had 9.5 years ago.
It's like Brandon Sanderson was like, science, atmosphere, oxygen, gravity.
Well, like, there's the Odium interlude where it's
Don't
like
even.
But the last week where it's just a page of Odium being like, I'm gonna fucking get Dalinar, and that is the chapter. But like, nothing happens in it. Yeah. It's just like a thought that Odium has. Yeah. And this is now just like Zeth
flew. He flew
9.5 years ago. Zeth
flew one time.
Thought about what it would be like to kill himself while flying. That's the chapter. Why? Like, why is this a chapter in a book?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Chapter 93, White Carpet Now Read, which we already read, actually, in, like, 3 books ago.
Words of Radiance.
Yeah. 3 books ago.
We read this chapter in Words of Radiance.
Yeah. Although we do now know that her mom is a herald who is like, you know what, I'm gonna condemn Shallan to an eternity of torture, because I'm a good mom. I'm a cool mom. She's like the mom from fucking Mean Girls, I guess.
Yeah.
And she hesitates before trying to stab Shallan. And that's it. Oh, Testament talks.
Yeah, Testament talks. That was cool.
That was a good moment. Testament, stepping up, being like, yes, that actually happened.
Shallan's...
Like, okay, thank you.
So we find out that the reason why basically the entire series happens, is the cryptics want to come back. And so they choose Shallan because she's the daughter of a herald. And that's exciting to them.
Is it?
The cryptics choosing to bond a child.
No, Testament literally says that she was drawn to Shallan because of the make-believe that she told herself that she was
right,
like,
but
happy
also because of because she's the daughter of a herald. Either Pattern or Testament insinuates that as the Shauna reveal happens, right? So because the cryptics wanted to bond Shallan, because they thought that she was telling great stories, but also there's lots of kids around the world who are telling stories and making make-believe, right? But Shallan is also the daughter of a herald. So there's like, oh, it's nepotism. So because of this nepotism, the cryptics set up the events of the entire series. Testament's decision to bond Shallan literally causes all of the bad things to happen in this. because
True.
that's what leads Chana to try and kill her, which
true.
leads Chana to dying and going to Braze, which leads to Chana breaking and
the
allowing the desolation to happen.
100%.
All of this,
Testament's fault.
the entire series happens because the cryptics put the onus of a intelligence friend bond on a child who does not know what is going on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Who has a better story than Shallan the Broken?
I think it's Testament the Broken, actually.
This was a wild reveal, and the reason why this is such a wild reveal is because it makes Shallan the main character of the series, while
and
at the same time
nothing.
she's in her own plot lines, not interacting with the plot of the series.
But she's for the gays.
Shallan is just
she's got that going for her.
Off in her own world. So you're saying Testament deserved it? No,
I'm saying Testament fucked up so bad that the entire world might end.
I want to give Brandon Sanderson the benefit of the doubt here, because I understand the idea that all of this is on the like memories of this little girl is an interesting idea. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna do this, she has to be at the center of the main plot of the book, and Shallan hasn't been at the center of a plot of a book since book 3.
Yeah, it's been.
Shallan has been doing her own thing for 2 books, unrelated to everything else in the world of Roshar, and so
she
putting
feels
all
like
of this
very
on
special
her
girl at this point.
But the thing about the very special girl is usually they're at the center of the main plot doing too much. She's not at the center of any plot doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what's so baffling about her character, is that like she is just, and we get the joke.
Shallan was one of my favorite characters. 100%. Oathbringer is fucking banging. I'm genuinely upset with Brandon Sanderson kind of like hamstringing her in this way.
Yeah.
It really makes me so frustrated and like sad. Because I think she's great, and I know like you didn't love her in book 1, and I think that that's fair, but
I liked her enough. I just didn't. Yeah.
But this is painful because Brandon Sanderson wants her to bring in the Ghostblood shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. MS says maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like she's doing her own thing in almost every book. Yes, but at least in Oathbringer, she's like on the Elethkar mission with the boys.
Yeah,
you know,
there is a thread for sure.
In Words of Radiance, she's like in the camps and interacting with other characters.
Yeah.
Rhythm of War and this book, she's literally just by herself talking to herself. Right? Like, she's literally just by herself. Ooze Kip says, do you think some of your frustrations with the pace of this book would be alleviated if you weren't doing one day of book club? No. I think that this idea that the fact that we're reading 200 pages a week is ruining the book for us is insanity.
That's what a lot of people who read casually do.
We're reading like 200-300 pages a week.
I think that
the idea that is somehow ruining this book is nonsense to me.
I think it doesn't apply. I think in the past, our pains in, for example, Wheel of Time in the Slog were exacerbated because it was several books long, and those
books aren't good.
Yes,
they're not good.
Yes, but
this book isn't good.
Yes, but I'm saying that our feelings were amplified by the pace at which we were reading it, because we would go to sit down and no, you did. You did agree with me.
Those books are bad.
If you want to change your mind, you can, but you have to acknowledge that we were on the same page about this. However, for this book, I do not think that that's the case. I think that the chunks that we're reading are fairly reasonable for a normal person to read on a weekly basis, right? I think that, yes, if I had been reading this myself, I would have read it faster, but I don't think that would have made me any less frustrated with the choices in the book.
If it weren't for book club, I would have stopped reading this book. I wouldn't have finished it.
Sure, yeah.
I would have quit this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like... I'm still here because I like this part. The only part of this book I like is book club about it. This, sitting here and talking with you guys about this, is the only enjoyable thing about this book to me right now.
Again, I like the Kaladin and Zeth stuff.
Oh, I'm not saying that I don't like any parts of the book. But
I enjoy the Kaladin and Zeth stuff.
But the experience of the book isn't enjoyable. There being good parts doesn't make the experience of the book enjoyable to me. And
Yeah, you would have literally put it down last week and never picked it back up.
Reading this book faster would not have Shallan's plot be relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, reading this book faster wouldn't make the spiritual realm elements of this book be character driven. It wouldn't give the characters agency. Like, the pacing of the book is less of a problem. I think this book is poorly paced. That's not the problem with the book. If the book was interesting and poorly paced, I would enjoy it more. It would be Rhythm of War. A book that I didn't love, but I did like, and I thought was fun and had great parts. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the experience of reading Rhythm of War, even though there were things about it I didn't like. There were choices it made that I didn't think were good.
Yeah.
Reading this book faster would not make the lack of character decision-making better. Mm-hmm. And I have like real problems with this book on a like I've said in this book club, I don't know how you edit it. I think the outline of this book is so broken. It's not even a pacing thing. I think the outline of this book is nonsense.
Yeah, to Dennis, he said the only thing I enjoy about this book is book club. That's different.
No, yeah. The only thing I'm enjoying about the experience of Wind and Truth is doing book club about it.
Yeah.
There are things about the book that I like, but I'm not enjoying the experience of reading the book because the experience of reading this book for me is confusion.
Yeah.
Is baffling to me. Yeah. Right? Even the parts that I like, I'm like, there's parts about this book that I like that I think I would still cut if I was editing the book because I would want it to connect better. And I would want these things to be relevant to each other more. Mm-hmm. Reading the book faster doesn't actually change any of the problems I have with it. Reading the slog faster would have changed it because ultimately those books do end up good, right? The final ones are good. Like there's a version of book club where we had like not book club the slog. We had just read that on our own time in like a month and then come back to book club with the good books. And that would have been a different experience of it.
Yeah.
I also didn't enjoy doing those book clubs as much as I'm enjoying doing these book clubs because I had so much anxiety about killing our show back then in a way where like,
no, we're like, we don't give a fuck.
It's not that we don't give a fuck. It's that...
No, it's that, like, you guys are here because you know who we are and you know that we're not going to hold back.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, with Wheel of Time, like, you know, like, our viewership tanked during those weeks and months because, yeah, it was rough to get through. The books were not great, but then also the people who still enjoy the books anyways, they didn't want to hear us shitting on books that... they liked.
Well, but also we were dealing with racism and we were dealing with...
Well, and that's the thing, is like, at least with these Brandon Sanderson books, we're never like, wow, the black woman being the head of the slavers whose favorite thing is breaking slaves. Like, that's never been a problem in the Cosmere, whereas that's a insane choice that is made in the Wheel of Time.
Well, but we were also getting death threats because of Attack on Titan and like...
Attack on Titan was the same
Wheel
time.
of Time experience was just... It was a emotional... The company grew to the point where we were doing good for the first time, and it also felt like everything was falling apart at the same time, and that we just like gotten it, and it was going to be taken away from us.
There's a lot of things all happening at once. Yeah.
We're at a point now, weirdly, where because we've segmented the company into so many different things, if book club were to die, I would be very sad, but we would survive.
Sure.
Whereas back then, book club was like the backbone of everything we were doing, and if it like... As I was not enjoying the book, I was like, oh my god, if book club tanks, we literally won't pay rent. Like, we're just in a different place now where, like, if book club tanks now...
We'll cry about it, but we won't be financially ruined.
Yeah.
Nibana over on Twitch says, where the fuck is my Talon fight? Which is, it's so true. We didn't get to see Sigzil fight the Unmade.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to see Talon just fucking murk through waves of fused. Which is very sad.
But we will get to watch every planning meeting.
Thank God.
We will get to watch every planning meeting.
No one will bring any ideas to these meetings. Anyways. Shallan kills her mom again.
But Chana hesitates for a second.
Yeah. Chapter 94.
No, we have to talk about your least favorite part of this reveal.
Oh, which
is Chana being like, I thought my daughter was going to be the Herald now, and I wasn't going to have to go to Braze. My daughter would get tortured forever instead.
Oh yeah, I already said that. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, you are the worst parent in this series. You know, there's always a lot of people who fight online. Or like, is Gavilar the worst parent? Is Dalinar the worst parent? Is Liren the worst parent? No, it's fucking Chana.
Oh, without a doubt, it's
Chana's like, I'm going to let my daughter be tortured for eternity.
Yeah.
Insane. Fucking bonkers. Terrible person, terrible mother. Shallan is far more forgiving than I would be. They do be insane. Yeah, sure. I honestly, at that point, don't give a fuck. She's still the worst. She is insane and also the worst. And if she is the worst because she is insane, that doesn't negate the fact that she is the worst.
Yes.
Do you feel me?
I feel you.
Thank you.
With my hand.
Yeah. No, I got
your shoulder.
I got that. Oh my god.
Chapter 94, Sacred Truth. So, the Unmade... You know how, like, when you watch media with good bad guys, and it's a story about a good character who gets drawn into the net of a bad person. And you watch as that bad person slowly manipulates them because that bad character is smart and understands how to manipulate and is a good character. And you understand how this good person ends up doing bad things because they were manipulated by a bad person who just happened to be really good at manipulation. What if we didn't do that and instead had the bad guy in the backstory of Szeth introduce himself to Szeth by having him walk into a room filled with spread nailed to the walls, like fucking Buffalo Bill style? What if we did that instead?
I'm gonna keep these ones alive so that they're screaming, so that it scares the other Spren.
When I found out that their pitch to Szeth was, it's time for you to learn the truth, I'm evil, I was like, that was the fucking plan?
Here's the thing.
That can't have been the plan.
Here's the thing. I don't understand how any of those people walked into that cave or like, yeah, sign me up. Let's fucking go.
What? The ones before him that figured out that this was an evil Unmade that was torturing Spren in the monastery, none of them...
I don't know. There has to be
How did this pitch work 9 times?
I know. There has to be a piece of this puzzle that we're missing. That is what I've come to conclude, because I do not understand how anyone could walk in there and be like, oh my god, yeah, this serial killer who kills the most holy things that we worship, the Spren, I'm totally gonna just stick with this guy. Lightblind Fool, thank you for that super chat. Let's go. This is why I don't have kids. I found out you can't use them as a proxy for torture. It's super unfortunate. It's super unfortunate. You can like have kids and
you can
like
torture
use
them emotionally, but
yeah, you can torture them emotionally. You can like have kids so that you have to do less chores. I'm pretty sure that's what my mom did. And I mean,
that's
I turned out fine.
That's all of humanity forever.
I'm gonna have 9 sons so that the farm can run properly. Yeah. No, for me it was
I'm gonna
dishes,
have 9 sons because 4 of them will die and the other 5 will run the farm.
Tuberculosis, man, it's rough out there. But yeah, unfortunately, you cannot use your kids as a proxy for torture. That is the line.
I just can't imagine Posen being like, oh yeah, this is chill. Like this scene genuinely made no sense to me.
That's why I'm like, we're missing something. We have to be missing something.
Did they want Szeth to leave?
Thank you, Arisu.
For legal reasons, the show's not actually advocating for child torture. Hey, you don't speak for us. We are advocating.
No, the mods do kind of speak for us.
Yeah, they do.
That's because
they protect us from legal problems. I want to be really clear. I do not advocate for the torture of children. No, we're just saying
you can
but
torture them emotionally.
nerdynightly don't.
Yeah.
But there's a dividing line right here.
Legally, you can like emotionally torture your kids, but you can't physically torture them. That's how things go. Actually, I don't know. Spanking is still legal in places, so I guess you can.
That's not. Well, yeah.
That's physical and emotional torture at the same time. Double whammy. Let's go.
Were you spanked?
No, fuck no.
I was one time.
Yeah, and then your parents were like, actually, no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, my mom ran a daycare out of our house, and I stole another kid's green Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Action figure, and they found. Oh, obviously, I didn't get away with it, but. my parents were like, you can't steal from the kids who like come here for daycare.
Yeah.
And so my dad spanked me
Mm-hmm.
one time, and both my parents were like, this isn't us. And it never happened. It was one of those moments they were like, we should probably do a spanking. Like, that's the thing that we should do, right? And they tried it, we're like, nah.
I actually don't like abusing my children in the private areas. That seems like a bad idea. I don't know why we as a society thought that was ever good.
Niban, yeah, we're also live on the Nerdy Wordy Book Club YouTube channel. There's chatters over there if you want to come join.
Come hang out. We have lots of wonderful people on YouTube.
And there's no ads on YouTube. We don't run mid-rolls during book club, and I can't control Twitch.
Also, Niban, I know that you have wanted to say some things and are uncertain if they are spoilers. Our mods over on the YouTube can help with that. Or in the Discord if you want to ask them. There is an entire channel that is like Cosmere spoilers that we're not allowed to go into.
Yeah. Join the Discord.
So if there is something you want to talk about,
be mad at me there.
We're Nerdy Wordy Book Club on YouTube. So.
We don't know which unmade it is, but the unmade that he goes and talks to is changing the spren. So like, there's a chance it's Ja not, but I don't think so. I think it's just another unmade that also does that. Maybe we're supposed to be able to know which unmade it is here. I don't remember which one.
I also have no idea what one.
But yeah, Zeth obviously is like, Zeth remembers his dad being like, I trust you. And so Zeth leaves because of course he fucking does. Why would he stay?
Yeah. The crystal spikes thing was interesting, and I wonder if it has any kind of similarity to the Inquisitors in Mistborn. Just because they are called like spikes, I know that they're different.
No, it's the spikes that are in Moash's head.
Yes, which is also similar to what we saw the Inquisitors
It's just raw investiture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but investiture, it is the same thing, because investiture in Scadrial is metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Chapter 95, Because It Is Flawed. Adolin gets a peg attached to his leg, and
it sucks, honestly.
I mean,
he's like, hey, I'm lucky I didn't die, but also this sucks.
Yeah. It's not going to suck for long because he's going to get that leg back, but...
As long as he doesn't accept it as part of who he is.
The interesting Stormlight idea that Brandon brings up here, that maybe he'll explore more, but is Adolin saying, like, it sucks that if I can't regrow my leg, it's somehow my fault?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's really... Oh, right, the Discord... Brandon ruined our Discord link.
Brandon did?
Yeah.
What? Why? What happened?
He accidentally invalidated all of our Discord links.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that happens sometimes just for, like, security purposes. We'll update.
No, he messaged me. He's like, I'm really sorry. I fucked up. I was like, what? He's like, I invalidated the Discord link in all of the
videos.
YouTube descriptions. Going back to the beginning of time.
Yeah, oopsie.
It's fine. I will have to fix it. So Adolin, Adolin is like, it's my fault if I can't grow my leg. Is a weird feeling.
Yeah.
And that is
And I was like, you know what? Fair. Yeah, that's a weird idea to have. What?
I don't know, something weird going on outside. Yes. And then Kolot keeps checking on Adolin, which is cute.
Yeah, because he's supposed to check in on the injured people.
We find out that Gezimal was reassigned. Yanagon and Adolin play some cards, and Adolin goes to say something to Gezimal, but he's not there. And Adolin is like, what did Gezimal do wrong? And Yanagon is like, oh, he was supposed to tell me not to go fight. And because he's not supposed to, like, listen to my orders. And Adolin's like, why not? And Yanagon's like, because I'm not a fucking Alethi Imperial asshole.
I reign. I don't rule. Thank you very much.
And then Yanagon's like, I'm sorry. I quoted that verbatim. That's how the Azish think of you guys.
Yeah.
This is funny, but at the same time, I was like, we know you guys are culturally different at this point. We've done that. We've done this plot line already, man.
But yeah, Adolin goes in and he does find Gezimal and is like, hey, I want someone like you in my guard. Someone who's like not afraid to, stand up for something that they strongly believe.
And Gezimal's like, no, I'm good. I did this. I knew what was the consequences were going to be, Adolin.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, because everyone is kind of walking by and, like, giving him, like, a really, like, honorable salute. Because everyone around him knows that he made the right choice. Yeah. And also him accepting his punishment in a honorable fashion is also seen as very respectable. So he's like, I'm good. I made my choice, and it was very deliberate.
It's so... The reason why this is so fascinating to me is Adolin has a very black and white view of what honor is and what is right in terms of a military system.
He is a Lethe, yeah.
But he's also a character who murdered Sadeas and has kind of gone through an arc in this story of trying to understand more of the gray and coming to terms with the fact that there's gray in him. And I am surprised. This week was the only week of the Adolin stuff that I haven't really enjoyed. And the reason for it is Adolin having to be so like coddled into understanding that there's cultural differences in honor in this section felt very this felt like padding. It didn't feel very necessary, and Adolin kind of felt dumb to me in these conversations.
Here's the thing, I actually really liked this conversation because I know that if I were in Adolin's position, I would have done the same thing. I would have definitely felt a strong sense of like, this is wrong, that you are being punished for doing the right thing. And to me, honestly, like, I know I'm not supposed to be, but like I am on Adolin's side. I'm like, this pisses me off. So for me, I like the discussion of it because I did end up seeing Gezamal's side of it, even though like I don't agree with it.
I just think it's incredibly disrespectful to Gezamal to question him in this way at all.
And see, I would never have thought that.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand that the books are very Alethi-centric. The legal system applies Alethi laws no matter where you are.
Apparently.
But there's just a way in which... I don't know. I get it. I do understand where you're coming from, and I don't think that you're wrong. And I think that it might just be that I don't like the book. And so, like, I'm finding problems with everything right now because it's not saving it for me.
Yes, and also, I think Brandon Sanderson has handled these kinds of conversations better in the past.
Yeah.
It does come down to one of the criticisms we've had is that everything's very on the nose. And I do think there is a better way to handle this moment.
Gezamel's like, no, Adolin, what you need to understand is in Azamir, this is how we do things. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe if the conversation had a little bit more of a like friendly casualness to it, yeah, it could have saved it for me a little bit. I think
the idea is good. I don't think the execution of it is that great. And when you're already like, I'm not enjoying this, it feels more grating. Yeah. Because of that.
In between the Adolin conversation, we do actually cut to Szeth for no fucking reason. Mm-hmm. It just should be a separate chapter. I don't know why we got away from Adolin for this.
No idea.
But we find out that Szeth... So 12124 and Szeth have a conversation where Szeth is like, hey...
Kaladin plays the flute in the background.
What the fuck? You knew about all this? And Szeth 12124 is like, yeah, kind of, but not really.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad about all of this.
And then they're like, yeah, we gave you Nightblood as a test. Yeah. And he's like, but I didn't use Nightblood. And they're like, yeah, that was the test. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ember Eyes, I think, is better at my opinion. So he's like, I mean, I didn't think this part was really bad, but I do think that being in day 8 was wrong. That's more what I'm feeling.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it slowed things down and lowered tension. Well, that's where I'm at, is that, like, we should be focusing on how we're going to survive, and Adolin's, like, worried about a guy's job. That's what it is. That's the problem with it for me. Mm-hmm. It's day 8. Adolin should be like, what is happening at the front? And in the middle of day 8, Adolin's like, I'm going to go play cards, and then I'm going to walk and talk to this guy about how he's, like, this one, Gezamal being on the front or not doesn't change anything for that war right now. Yeah. He's not some legendary swordsman. He's just another guy. And so it's not, like, that is something that should be at the, like, end of the book when, you know, we're talking about what the rest of Gezamal's life's going to be. Sure, but who cares what job Gezamal has if the city ends and they all die? Yeah. Who cares? Like, it doesn't change anything now.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
And so the day 8 of it is where it's wrong for me. Not the idea of that conversation isn't the worst thing ever. Yeah. But it is just right. Why now? Yeah.
Back to Szeth. Szeth is like, yeah, I guess I should take this because it means I have to be alive and tortured forever, which is what I deserve. So, yay. Also, these tests don't make any sense. And 12124 is like, Yeah, I actually have the same questions. But,
I also don't think this makes sense.
But I can't really say anything because that's not how this Spren things work.
Yeah, it is a little bit tough that a lot of the excuses that you can make for why this book is the way that it is it's like, oh, well, like, yeah, the tests don't make any sense, but they were thought up by characters who are crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, that doesn't make them any more fun to not understand as I'm reading them.
Yeah.
The characters being crazy doesn't actually make it more interesting. It just is an excuse for why it can be anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Chapter 96, Zeth goes and talks to his dad and is like, hey, Dad, I can't tell you why, but you gotta go. And his dad's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, go hide.
That's it. That's just kind of it. Yeah, sorry.
That's it. Chapter 97.
We reacted to this one. Shallan attends her wedding.
We got to see a wedding. I am conflicted because I was very happy for that. Loved it.
I really like the way he wrote the vows. And the dialogue, yeah. The dialogue with
this scene, if you took it out of like the book where it is and what it's around, I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
Why it's here, that's a good question. I don't really know. But if we talk about this chapter as its own thing, as a chapter, I think it was great. Like you said, the vows were awesome. I thought the conversation with Shallan's mom was actually very interesting.
That's not this
chapter. That's not it. Yeah. Okay.
This chapter is literally just the wedding.
And you know what? It's really beautiful. And she does mention, how many people get to literally experience their wedding day again. Yeah. Like, I think that's really cool. And having it, on the day of, it goes by so fast and there's all these anxieties, right?
Yeah.
But you already know how it goes. So you kind of just get to relive it and enjoy it. And I think that was very cool. And Testament being like, she wanted to be there, but she didn't want to, like, upset you. But now she can be there for it is also really sweet.
I like the idea that Spren care about weddings just because I don't know why they would. So it's just kind of funny that they do.
Lies.
Yeah. I guess it's like the Day of Oaths and stuff. So yeah, I
don't think it's really. I think it's that Testament actually cares about Shallan, and this is such a huge moment in Shallan's life.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Ember Eyes brings up my favorite part of chapter 97 is Shallan acknowledges that her plotline has been doing the same thing over and over again.
Little self-aware there.
There, Brandon. Just a little on the nose. No, the wedding is beautiful. I'm sure living it at Dragonsteel last year was very fun for the people who got to go.
Yeah.
Very jealous of the people who got to go to the World Hopper Ball.
It looks so cool.
This year with Vin and Kelsier and all them.
Yeah, that's great.
But this is fun. Nothing really happens here.
No, it's just the wedding.
Yeah. Arzu, what do you mean by this is lamp shading bit? It doesn't actually help. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If Dalinar officiates a wedding as a bondsmith, does that make divorce magically impossible? No.
No. Because those bonds can still be broken. Just means that there might be consequences beyond...
Your wife would just become a Deadeyes.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Or husband. I mean, you can be gay.
Oh, wow. Chapter 98 is another flashback. Zeth goes to the Windrunner Monastery because he just killed their honor bearer, and he's like, hey, so I get it now. Tuco being like rebellious and stuff, I don't know if I should have killed him. I think they manipulated me into that. We have a problem, so grab your weapons. And the desolation has arrived.
The end of this book has a massive lift to do for me now. I don't understand how Zeth became truthless anymore.
Yeah, we talked about this. Like just us. I was like, because
up until now, what I've believed is that Zeth came to believe that the return was happening.
Yeah.
And they convinced him that he was wrong.
Yeah.
But now that he's met an Unmade...
How can he be convinced that he deserves the Oathstone?
Believes that he's right.
Yeah. Like unless he's like, oh god, I hallucinated. I don't know. But then
I don't understand how this book is going to convince me that it makes sense that Zeth, who is in this chapter at the end of day 8, obviously in the flashback, but in this chapter, he is like, we're going to war with the other honor bearers. How he goes from this to being like, you're right, I am truthless. I don't know what the rest of this book is going to do to Zeth in the flashbacks, but it is a wild place to. It's a wild explanation that we have to get here. Because what do you mean he gives up on this? He gives up on his people? He leaves them to an unmade?
Yeah.
He knows it's an unmade, and not only does he know it's an unmade, it went, oh yeah, you guessed right.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even pretend to not be an unmade.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I was really baffled by this flashback in particular where he's like, we're going to war. And I'm like, oh, why do you give up?
Yeah. Why do you think that you were wrong when... I don't know. Yeah.
It's just, yeah. Because Zeth has to... A, he has to give up. B, I don't really understand... I thought the Zeth flashbacks would do a better job of explaining what being truthless meant, so that when he becomes truthless at the end of the book, it makes sense.
A truthless is just a person who, like, sounds this horn for the desolation when that's not true.
Why do they let the honor blade go? Like, genuinely, why do they allow the honor blade to leave the country? They killed Tuco for less. Why do the honor bearers not just kill Zeth and give the honor blade to somebody else? It seems very important to them. I have enjoyed the Zeth and Kaladin stuff the most in this book. I think it is the most narratively, like, interesting. But the flashbacks are starting to get real confusing it's starting to get real confusing in terms of, like, why book 1 happened.
Yeah.
Zeth met the Unmade, and the Unmade went, I'm the Unmade, I am evil.
Yeah.
I want you to be evil with me. And then Posen is going to be like, no, he didn't. And Zeth's like, oh yeah, you're right. I guess I'll go be a slave? Like, I just don't understand.
I don't know how we're going to get there.
I don't know how we're going to get there. I don't know how it's possibly going to make sense.
Yeah. We'll find out. We'll see, I guess.
If the truth is, if the Unmade had just been more manipulative, I would have bought it. But the Unmade is literally just like, I'm bad. I'm the bad guy. To his face.
Yeah.
I don't understand at all.
I'm very confused.
But yeah, the shamans are like, it's time to go to war, boys.
Pretty much. Chapter 99. It's not too late, it's never too late.
It might be too late for this book, though, for me, y'all. It might be. I don't know that...
I think that's fair. We are so far into this book that I think that is absolutely valid.
I do think it might actually be too late for me to think this book is good. It
could
have a great ending.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that the book is good.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I think it is too late to turn this around for me. But we start with Shallan. Chana gives her everything she wants because she's a very special girl, and I don't know. Chana's like, no, I was a bad mom. I'm so sorry. You deserve better. I just love you.
Yeah, you were a bad mom. Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I went to Braze. I barely lasted a few years. I broke already. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
It's like, it is very sweet in the like fan fiction-y, what if Harry Potter got to talk to his mom again kind of way, where it's like, it's very, or like, you know, what if, you know, there's all those fan fictions where people just like write what if conversations where the traumatized characters get the person who traumatized them saying all the right things. Mm-hmm. But it feels like fanfiction because the characters don't do anything to earn or deserve it, and it's unrelated to their actions. It's just a conversation that happens. Yeah. Right? This had all of that, where Shallan just finds Chana, and then Chana just says everything that you've always wanted her to say. Right? And I don't know. It just feels very unearned to me.
Oh, all right. I don't know if I agree with that, but I do think that it is interesting that Chana is back on Braze already. Like, she's already died again.
Oh, yeah. Who knows when that was?
Yeah, so this is actually her having a conversation. It's not Shallan, like, making up this conversation.
Yeah. And thank God that it is actually at least a real conversation. Because if Shallan was just making this up, that her mom was like, I'm so sorry, I love you. It's all just invented.
Yeah, that would have been like, okay, fine, I get it. Guys, I get it. But yeah, it is interesting that Shauna is in Braze, because Taln and Shalash are also going to be there.
At least the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, Talon and Shalash have been there for a full day now.
Yeah.
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 Katharak says, some things that win in truth are good. Some even very good, but it is not really a book. Just a lot of stuff crammed together. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like, this is a really sweet scene that just kind of doesn't mean anything to anything.
Yeah.
It's not really related to anything. Chana is being so sweet to her daughter and, like, being apologetic and all of these things. But it's not... Even in Shallan's plotline with Marays, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Chana doesn't give them... I really expected... Here's what was disappointing about this to me. I thought Chana was going to give Shallan the clue to where Baido Mishram is. I thought that's what the point of this was.
Oh, no. Yeah. No.
Right? But that's... Baido Mishram is like, I gave you those visions so that you could find me. And then Shallan is like, oh, I went to the wrong vision. I need to go to the right vision to find Baido Mishram. So she goes to the right vision, watches the Chana thing, finds out that Chana is a herald, right? Then goes to her wedding where Chana was, has a conversation with Chana. Those 3 scenes, there's 3 chapters, that's Shallan's section in day 8.
Yeah.
The reason why Shallan goes to do those things is because Baido Mishram says that the visions she sent were to get Shallan to Baido Mishram. But at the end of day 8, when Shallan has gone through those scenes, Shallan has no new information about how to get to Baido Mishram. This is why I'm exhausted by this book. Because the characters are doing things to accomplish things, and then the book just is like, well, Shallan's going to have a really sweet conversation with her mom.
Yeah.
Baido Mishram doesn't come up.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of Shallan's entire day 8 is to get closer to Baido Mishram, and the character isn't mentioned. It's not relevant. It's just a sweet conversation with her mom.
Yeah.
That, like, is emotionally, it's emotionally warm, and I like that for Shallan. But the point of this was to find Baido Mishram, and she didn't. So now in day 9, we still have no idea where Baido Mishram is.
Yeah.
We're still fucking looking, even though we spent time with a herald who should have been able to help with that.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with this.
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't get any new information about Baido Mishram? That was the whole point!
Nah. You gotta wait maybe another day for that. I don't know. Not a clue.
I like that Testament got to go to the wedding. That's not the plot of the fucking book.
Yeah.
It just isn't. It just isn't the plot of the book. Sorry. I'm sorry I yelled.
No, I'm
upset.
That's completely fair. We've both yelled about this book.
Dalinar wakes up in a bed with Evie and Gavinor. They're in the fucking rift. And
yeah, we talked about this. This is fine. It's like Dalinar trying to fight himself in the past.
I really like when Dalinar punched Sadeas.
Yeah, that felt good.
That felt good.
Yeah, that felt good. Yeah.
But
oh, then he like hears Noadon's voice and is like, "Huh, that's the Way of Kings."
Yeah.
I've read that book because I can read now. And Navani's also read me that book a lot of times.
Yeah. That basically Dalinar. Odium tries to make Dalinar feel pain. Dalinar
feels pain and is like, this pain is connecting me to another thing that also feels pain, and just like gives a little tug on the pain. And the pain brings him to the Stormfather, who is crying.
I understand why, like, Odium, why Tervangian is using Evie's death moment, and, like, this is the most important for Dalinar. I get all that. I think that it is tough for this book, because we just saw Dalinar so successfully work through this particular trauma, that when in this chapter, when Dalinar goes, "Why am I upset? I've done this. I'm good," and then he is just good, I was like, yeah, like, that's kind of the problem with this book, is like, you've already done this.
Yeah.
And so you are good.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
And then he passes Gavinor off to Evie.
Yeah.
The last thing he sees before he goes and fights himself is Evie smiling at him, which is very sweet. It's a very sweet moment of the last thing he
Absolutely.
sees of Evie is her smiling face in the spiritual realm. I did like that was what happened.
Yeah. And then he does,
But then he leaves Gavinor in the visions again.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And fucks off, leaving Gavinor to Odium. Like, take your fucking grandchild with you.
I don't know if he can, but yeah, it is one of those things where I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Earlier, they were trying to make sure that they were holding hands so that they didn't lose each other between visions. Mm-hmm. And now he's like, here, take this kid. I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Ambrice, I accidentally hid you because I have the stream open on my phone and I hit things. I'm so sorry. That was a complete accident.
Ember Eyes, you just got accidentally had your message erased, which deletes all your experience. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I usually have the stream open here in case there's anything, like in case I need to emergency like check anything. And I'm so sorry. I just...
Oh, and I can't like undo it.
No, ours you already did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So sorry.
Nerdy hates weddings. I don't hate weddings. I don't even mind that the wedding was in this book. It just shouldn't have been in day 8. It should have been filled with tension.
It should
Shalon
have
should have been worried
information.
Maraise was there, or or it should have just been about Biodemishram somehow, or
That's what I mean.
It's But yeah, this Dalinar stuff it's fine. It's Dalinar basically just remembers the arc he went through in Oathbringer, and then pulls himself to the Stormfather. That's kind of it. Like I don't know. We're through 8 days of 10 days of this book, and I don't know what the Contest of Champions is. I don't know how any of this is relevant to the Contest of Champions. I don't know what's going on with Honor. I don't know what's going on with
anything.
Navani's missing.
Yeah.
Navani's had no arc. I don't really understand what Sigzil's plan is for the Shattered Plains. I don't know who L is, even though apparently L is very important now. I don't really know what... The only thing that I don't know that I'm happy about is what Maya's save is going to be in Aesir. Very excited for that.
Okay, yeah, that's
very excited
fair.
for her to bring the Honor Spren.
Or something.
But yeah, I don't really know what the end of the book is. And I don't know what our characters are working towards. I don't know what they're trying to do. And they don't know what they're trying to do, so they're not really doing anything except kind of having internal monologues about how they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm very confused by this book. I thought this was going to be more like Hero of Ages, because that book was the end of Mistborn, and the way it tied all of Mistborn into one book, the first 2 books into one book, and the way we led to that ending with Szeth with Sazed and Vin and Ellen, and I just it was so masterful what he did in that book to like bring all of these pieces to a close,
and that's what I was waiting for.
And this feels like the exact opposite.
Yeah,
it's just a mess. And interlude 15, Risen is...
yeah, if you haven't read Dawnshard, you have literally no fucking clue what's going on. Because some weird crab things all show up and you're like, oh, I think this was maybe in an interlude in one of these previous books at some point. Oh, these guys have names. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, Risen has this cool flying chair that was, invented in a totally separate book, and she's... And she's trying to sell this technology to people in this chapter who are like, what do you mean that you have this? And she's like, yeah, in a totally different book. You should go read Dawnshard. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We have this technology, so we're here to barter with it. And then Hoyd walks in and her power goes crazy, and you're like, wait a second, what power? What do you mean she's vibrating? Does she have a fucking rabbit down there or something? No, it's that Hoyd shows up and also holds a Dawnshard, which he used to hold a Dawnshard, and then he gave it up, and then he got it back because it's Hoyd. And they can never ever meet, but they do meet, and they almost die, and then Hoyd is like, wait, I'm gonna stop this. And then they stop, and then he's like, all right, we're never gonna meet again. And that's it. That's what happens. Oh, and then Risen is like, I must go on an adventure. And you're like, cool. That's an ad. You know what else is an ad? Gamer subs. This shit's delicious. Use the coupon code CLAROS, CLAROOS, for 10% off your order. Gamer subs. They actually have a new flavor, the Pom Pom one, which is actually really good. This is Soda Press Despair is back in stock. That's what I'm drinking right now. That's my favorite. Anyways, this was the equivalent of what this interlude was in this book. So, you're welcome.
I completely agree. This book being about patent law, or this chapter being about patent law.
Oh my god.
Cool,
good for you.
Risen showing up, being a completely different character than she was last time she was in a Stormlight Archive book.
Yeah.
To argue for the patent laws related to discoveries she made in another book. I was so glad when Hoyt showed up because I thought this was only going to be about the patent law and I was going to lose my fucking mind. I was like, why would there's a war going on? Why are we spending pages talking about what patent law might look like if Dalinar wins the Contest of Champions? Yeah. What are we fucking
But then it turns
doing? But then it turns more insane.
Then Risen is like, oh my god, I can feel Hoyd's vibrations. I can feel his Dawn Shard. Oh my god, what's happening? The vibrations are so strong. I'm gonna die. I get sucked out of my chair and I can't do anything, and then I sit on the ground until my compatriots morph into a human-like shape again from a bunch of billions of little bugs. What the fuck?
I hated all of this.
If it wasn't in this book, I would have enjoyed it. If it was in separate, if it if this was an excerpt that was like put out as the back page of Dawn Shard 2 or some shit, you know what I mean?
Dawn Shard 2.
Whatever. Whatever.
I really want him to put out Dawn Shard 2.
Go for it. I would read that. I liked Dawn Shard. This is an insane thing to throw into this book. This is even more insane than the Iriali being like, oh yes, Planet 5. Namaste. Okay.
There's just so many things about this I didn't enjoy. Hoyd being able to just stop the problem of the Dawn Shards.
Oh yeah, he's like,
was like,
wait a minute.
And I know that he did Elantris magic, so he's an Elantrian or whatever, but
sure, but still, he literally like goes like fucking like Sabrina Carpenter, like, I need a minute. And you're like, what the fuck? And then he leaves. He's like, we're never going to meet again. And you're like...
Well, and then she's like, I'm going to explore the Cosmere. Because she's taking her ship to the Shadesmar, right? That's what that is.
That's what you said. I thought she was going to go find the origin. Here's the thing. She's like, I had an adventure in mind. And I didn't think I was going to do it. But this is the perfect opportunity. So it literally could be anything.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, maybe she's going to go find the origin. But Shadesmar, also any planet in the world, I guess, except planets where there are other Dawn Shards, maybe... are all for grabs. I don't know.
It's information. It is once more, it's not plot, it's not character, it is just, Hoyd used to have a Dawn Shard and then he gave it up and now he has it again. That doesn't mean anything. That's not relevant to anything. It doesn't change anything. No. It is purely just, like...
We already know he's got every power.
It's a dungeon master who planned out their whole D&D campaign and then... wants to keep shoving in the stuff that they planned that the players aren't interacting with.
Monk's like, I wish I knew exactly what a Dawn Shard is.
It's the 4 commands of energy that are used to rip a god apart.
It's earth, air, fire, water. Then the Fire Nation attacked, and Adenalcium was split.
But Hoyd, in this case, is the Fire Nation. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Chapter 16, Interlude 16. Surprise. Odium is like, should I destroy the power of honor?
Oh, honor's here.
That's it. That's the whole interlude. He's like, should I do something? And then the interlude ends and you're like...
Odium goes, huh, that's weird. And that's the whole interlude. Like...
That's literally the whole interlude. It's just to be like, the interlude before this is bad too. The interlude before this, Odium's like, I'm gonna go fuck with Dalinar. That's the whole interlude, and that's 14. And then
that's
16 is like...
He was like, I need to have 2 interludes between every day for some reason. For some reason.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset and I don't understand. Like, I'm so upset.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's such a big book. It's so expensive. This book is more expensive than other books. Mm-hmm. We had to spend more money for this than the average book.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's more pages. Like, I understand that I physically got more book. But somehow I got less book.
I didn't want all those pages. I wanted more plot, okay? and not these interludes.
I'm excited to finish this book and start watching and reading every interview that Brandon Sanderson did about the writing of this book. Because here's the thing. I know that I've said too much about the man online. He'll never talk to me, and that's fine. We did not get panels at Dragonsteel, and I can't imagine why when we've said some rather
but I'm
critical
glad
things.
we're not talking about this live in front of a lot of people who
we were going to do our full book recap at Dragonsteel.
And I'm glad that those people like it. I'm happy that they enjoy things because the world fucking sucks and you find enjoyment where you can. But this has been such a disappointment.
I would love to sit down and talk with him about this book, but it would never happen because no one would ever have the conversation that I would want to have with him. But, and maybe he will, maybe like 20 years from now, we will get this interview. But I would love to like really understand how he thought. And you know what it is? Someone else could get this interview out of, I couldn't. I'm too autistic and I'm too me. And I know that. People don't like me enough. But if you could get an interview that people really like, to be like, look, clearly the audience is very split on this. Mm-hmm. How did you think this was going to be received?
Well, are they split? Chat, honest question.
There are people who love this book.
Are there? Yeah. Are there? Genuinely. Because I haven't seen...
Most of the people I know don't like it very much, but...
I think a lot of the people in our Discord have problems with it. I think a lot of the people on YouTube have problems with it. I genuinely am curious, chat. Do you know anyone? Do you guys know anyone who's like, nah, I fucking love this book? Like, is there anyone that's like, this book is a banger? Because not hating it is not the same thing.
There's a lot of cope and glaze on Goodreads.
Okay.
Distraction likes it.
Okay, they like it.
And here's the thing, Distraction, I want to be really clear. You're absolutely allowed to.
Yeah.
My subjective experience of this book is so different from yours, and like, if you like it, I'm happy for you, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Bookborn liked it. Oh, interesting.
Okay. So there are people. Oh, okay. All right.
I think it is deeply flawed, but I don't think there's a problem if you don't. Like, if you like it, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, please don't let me sway you. There's so little joy in this world. If something brings you joy, do not let the fact that it did not bring me joy change your joy. There are so many people that are like, I liked it until I heard you talk about it, and now I don't like it anymore. And I'm like, no. That's not why I do this. I am sharing my opinion because I want to talk with people about things. I am not sharing my opinion to change yours. Mm-hmm. I want to be really clear about that. I hate the idea that I'm taking joy away from people.
I don't know. I think that people who are able to see things in a different light and maybe like look at things a little more critically, and I don't say critically like negatively, I mean genuinely like critically, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing if someone opens themselves up to that experience. If you were to force it down somebody's throat, right? If you were to like harass somebody and be like, how dare you like this book because blah 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 blah, right? I think that the people who are here have that gate opened to different opinions and allow themselves to maybe be influenced. But I think that there are probably people that are like, no, I love this book and I want to always love this book. I don't really want to talk about it critically. I think people have that with shows that they're nostalgic for, or movies, or there's lots of things that people are like, I want to remember this with joy in my heart, and that is absolutely valid. You don't have to view everything critically. We enjoy that. We enjoy talking to each other about things critically. Like, that is something that we are happy to do, that we find fulfilling in a lot of ways. Not everybody does, and that's absolutely valid. Like, you don't have to be one of those people that reads a thing and is able to analyze it in this way, because that's not always how art is meant to be viewed.
Yeah. Jared Poulter says, I understand and agree with a lot of the complaints about it, but there are enough things I like about it that I still enjoy the book. And I love that.
Great.
You know what I mean? Like, I would never... I'm really cautious. I like some really bad stuff. Granted, that's stuff that I know is bad, but I really like. But, like, I would never judge someone for liking something I don't like. Unless... I did say during Wheel of Time that I thought it was a red flag if you said the Wheel of Time was your favorite thing ever.
It's like if you tell me Attack on Titan is your favorite anime, I'm like, okay,
I have
why?
questions.
Well,
I've got questions.
I have follow-up questions to that?
I have follow-up questions.
Why?
Are you... Yeah, why? Why is it your favorite thing?
Yeah.
And there's valid reasons for it to be your favorite thing, right? Like, the
Sure.
music is some of the best music in any anime ever.
Some of the action stuff is really cool and creative.
Yeah, it's just
100%.
also Nazi shit.
Let's
piss off the internet again.
Yeah.
Kothrak says the more people love Cosmere reveals, the more they like When in Truth generally. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mimog says Wheel of Time's my favorite since I read it as a kid. And I completely understand that. I mostly am like, my follow-up question to that is like, it's not a red flag in that I don't think I'll like you. Wheel of Time is a red flag to me in that I have to go, which side of the Wheel of Time fandom are you on? Are you on the side that
Matt was never sexually assaulted?
Yeah,
or...
like, are you on the side that,
yeah.
like, uses the Wheel of Time as the, like, this is what fantasy should be because it's all white people? Or are you on the, like...
Wheel of Time is super feminist because there are women present. You know what I mean? Like that, I'm like...
We had some really deranged Wheel of Time fans in the chat back in the day.
Yeah, I have questions. And again, there's so much that we do love in the Wheel of Time. And so I get it. I do get it. I love Aragon. Do I think it's the most complex, incredible book that's ever written? No, because I read Kushiel's Dart and I was like, oh shit, like this might be one of my favorite books ever. But Aragon is my favorite because I read it a billion times and I read it as I was growing up and that series meant a lot to me. And there's...
Two on his white confirmed. No, but you know what I mean? Like, there are people who, like... There are people who defend the slavery in Wheel of Time as being necessary, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think that's an argument we want to start getting into. Like, we have to acknowledge that world is fucked.
Yeah.
Chris says, I think a lot of the problems with this book are having so many connections derived from Words of Brandon only. What Words of Brandon are connected to this book?
I don't know what Words of Brandon is.
Wobs are like things that Brandon has said that are relevant to the Cosmere but aren't in book. Things that he's like answers he's given.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But like some of the community really view them as canon. Some of the community really don't view them as canon.
Once we wrap up this book, maybe as part of the like full series recap that we'll do instead of the full book recap, if there are things that you think we should watch before getting into that, interviews or maybe blogs that we should like, if there are things that you think are relevant, after we've finished the book, feel free to share those in the Discord, because I'd be interested. Yeah. I don't know, though. I understand enjoying this book. I do get it. Like, there is stuff in it that is good. And if you're here for cool magic shit, it's a fun ride.
I don't think that's been good in this book, but...
I think there's lots of cool magic shit to enjoy. I think it's a lot of pages.
Yeah.
Still, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of done with it. We'll finish it. We'll get to the end. We'll find out what Honor did and all of that stuff. But I would be lying if I said I gave a shit.
Yeah.
I just don't. I care about Adelin's plotline. I just don't really care what happens with Dalinar in the contract anymore. I just don't like...
Because it's hard to. He's made it really hard to care because we don't know what it is.
Yeah. And we've learned so little in that direction. And I don't know. I'm genuinely shocked given how much energy and time we've put into this that I'm just as apathetic about it as I am.
Yeah. And
I don't want to be. And I'm sorry if that's coming across a way for book club or whatever that is negative, but I feel like I'm reading the filler that should be cut out of a story.
Yeah.
And
this is why you don't watch the filler on One Piece anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So MS Your Sucks says he says way too much in Words of Brandon. I hate it. What's like an example of something he said that you feel like is too much in Words of Brandon? I haven't read any of them, so like...
Yeah. Well, in Emberise, I agree with Emberise in that if it's not in the story, it shouldn't be canon. You shouldn't have to like read blogs about the thing to understand it on another level, or to I think, yeah, you got to put it in your books for it to count. I don't like the idea of this Words of Brandon blog thing, I guess, but I'm sure that, like, I'm sure plenty of people really fucking love it. I don't know. Tom Didn't Break was spoiled by Brandon years ago.
Wait, really? He just said that? Oh, wow.
That's a choice.
Although, I barely cared about it being revealed in this book, so... If that had been spoiled for me, I don't know. It would have changed my experience with this book at all.
I would have been upset. I got stoked when we figured that out. Yeah,
I got
excited. We were like, wait a second, it's not Tom the Broke, it's China. Like, that's cool. I would have been fucking pissed if I read that.
It doesn't mean anything to anything. You know what I mean? It's that weird thing of, like, it doesn't change anything. Words of Brandon, sharp blades can't cut cheese.
Okay.
Oh! Yeah, how does Lift use a sharp blade as a fork?
What do you mean?
Well, it can't pierce things. It would just pass through them.
Very carefully. Very, very carefully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Actually, the discussion in chat reminds me.
Yeah.
Chat. I would love some audiobook suggestions for me to listen to that, like, are things that, like, we won't be book clubbing. Maybe one-off things. I pretty much only read fantasy, if that helps. But I've been, like, painting and stuff in the house, and I've been like, I want to throw in an audiobook. And so I've been listening to The Children of Huron, which has been good, but it's also very short. I'm almost done it. So if you have any book suggestions that you're like, this is not really a book club book, but our fantasy, please drop those in the Discord. I would love some. If you write them in here, I will have to go back and then, like, scroll to, like, find it. But if you put them in the Discord, I can find it far easier than in this chat. Thanks. Anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope this was interesting. I want to thank you all for joining us for it.
Yeah. Thank you over on Twitch, Jami, for that Prime sub.
Dropping your Primes.
Appreciate that.
What a gift.
A lot. If you guys have a Prime sub that you've never used, it's free money that you could give us if you wanted.
We will be live next week from Calgary.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be early for us.
Yes, it's going to be a lovely 8 a.m. book club. My family's going to love that.
No, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. book club.
Yeah. 2 hour difference. It's same time for you guys. Yeah. But we are flying. It'll look different. It'll be a little earlier.
Yeah.
For us, but not for you.
Thank you for being here. This was fun. I'm sorry. I am. If me being so done with the book is bad experience for book club, I'm so sorry. But I have committed to being as honest as possible forever. And I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, he'll tell me I look fat in the dress, you know?
No.
You said as honest as possible.
I will phrase it better than that.
Sure.
I'll let you know you don't look good. What? Especially for buying it? Fuck no. I mean, you're not buying a dress you don't look good in.
No, I know.
Yeah. Do you want to do high-low for this section?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's get out of here. Because we got a One Piece to watch, which I don't see
very
very
Clarence
often.
is going to sit here and watch One Piece with me.
Yeah.
Teach me your ways, nerdy. I mean, you just piss everybody off, unfortunately. I'm very honest, but people don't like me. So, I don't know.
You say that a lot.
Apparently I'm insufferable.
Oh, yeah? According to someone that your opinion you give a shit about?
Oh, no. It's some random person on the internet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of random people on the internet think I should die. So if we take stock by things that people on the internet say that we don't know.
I mean, you are going to die.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether or not I should is, like, subjective, you know?
Well, everyone should eventually. You don't want to be mortal.
I don't want to be. But should I die is a totally different question.
X from Johan, we will start Name of the Wind when the third book comes out.
Oh my god, yeah.
We will read Name of the Wind when the third novel is released. So, Patrick Rothfuss, balls in your court, bud.
Yeah.
Release the charity chapter, my guy.
Just
do it for... Just release the charity chapter.
Just for charity, you know?
Do the one that everyone's mad at you about.
Yeah.
Just get that out. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
What do you... Okay, before we get out of here, before we do high-low, actually, I have one big question for you.
Okay.
Well, I have one big question for you. What do you think? What's your prediction on what the deal with honor is that is so shameful. The book suggestions can go in the general book club channel, Embrise.
Yeah, I know they're not technically for book club, but general book club is where I will go look for those suggestions. How is your book coming, Nerdy?
It is coming. I know it was a charitable thing a year ago. I know. I know, Jonathan. It's coming. My hope is to have it out for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Because it's a sex book.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's gonna be a little bit over a year. The audiobook will probably come a little bit later than that, but I am hoping to have it out for Valentine's Day.
Okay. If you need an editor, I volunteer. All right.
I don't know that it's gonna be edited. I don't know I'm putting that much work into it. How many times is the word phallus used? None. No, I don't like the word phallus. I just say cock.
All right.
I also am never going to use the word member. I don't like member.
Member is a weird one.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
His member entered me. I was like...
Yeah.
Let me edit, please.
If it will make you happy.
Whoa. This is my book. If you want them to edit your book...
Arzu does so much for us. Make them happy.
They'll be the first to read it, but I'm not trying to...
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I am kind of looking for like a... It's going to be bad. Guys, it's not good. I'm not an author. I know I'm not an author. And
it's going to be fun, and that's
the reason
all that
it's
matters.
taken so long is because I know that I speak so confidently about these things in the show, and I have these big opinions. And I know that, like, Wind and Truth is better than any... I don't like this book. It is better than anything I will ever write. And I am not... I'm going to put out this, like, silly smut novel for charity that I know should already be out. It's the first thing I'm writing and publishing, so it's just... There's been a lot of feelings and stuff that have gone into it. It's going to come out in the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be bad. And people are going to, like, rip me apart for claiming anything about anybody else's book because it's bad. And I already know that's going to happen. And I'm just, like, mentally preparing for that.
Yeah, but I think if you're like, guys, I'm not an author. I'm putting out this for charity as a joke. Like, anyone who puts stock in that, like, that's on them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be my silly smut book. And, I am going to put it out. You guys raised so much money for charity last year. I'm so proud of that. And I'm not withholding it for any reason other than it's more work than I thought, and it's just taking time. Mm-hmm. I can fix it if it needs it. It's not going to be good enough to be fixed.
Yeah,
it's going to be a funny thing that everyone laughs at me for, and
it's going to be great. It's going to be very fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
You're not writing the Iliad, and that's fine.
RJ started writing thinking I can write better than the crap I'm reading. Good for him. I started writing going, I know I can't write as good as the people that I'm reading, but so I'll put something out.
A smut book.
Yeah, so I'll make it a charity goal so that if anyone makes fun of me, I'll be like, I did it for charity.
Oh yeah, this was all just a ploy. For you to be able to write a silly little smut book, but not put any stock into it because it's for charity.
Yeah, I'm hedging on it so that you can't make fun of me too much because it was a charity goal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with Honor. Honestly, I think like Honor.
Just predict it. What happened? What was it? What happened? What had happened? Give me any kind of prediction for what Dalinar is going to experience in the past as we watch him go through more flashbacks further back. Is the book in here?
Actually, I don't know. Oh no, I'm not saying smut is easy to write. I actually do think that there's a lot that goes into it because we read some bad smut. Bro, I don't know. Like Honor, like fucking. We know that he abandoned the Oath Pact. Basically, was like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I don't know. I don't know.
I want to see who are the,
Honor tried to fucking murder all the Spren, and that's why they're dead eyes. I don't know. Like.
Ooh. Here are the POVs for the next section. Little spoiler, baby. Tanavast.
What?
Venli. Navani. Zeth. Kaladin, Sigil, Yasna, Shallan, Adolin, Relaine, and Renarin.
So we don't get to find out what the fuck's up with Honor in the next...
What do you mean?
...section.
Tanavast.
Dalinar is missing from that list.
Because Dalinar is going to be experiencing through Tanavast's eyes. Tanavast is Honor.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to just be experiencing the flashbacks through Tanavast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's definitely it. That's a lot of POVs.
Oh, yeah, they're all a lot of POVs. When you actually, like, read them and
POVs.
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. Fucking Honor, like...
Should I read the first line of the next chapter?
Okay.
I, God, found a world unmanaged 10,000 years ago. Wow, we're really going back to before there were people.
But we also know that, like, the wind was here and the stone was here and...
Day 9, where the flashbacks were like, have you had enough flashbacks? We're gonna go back to before there were people. We're going back even further.
Okay, so what happened was, he's really ashamed that he invented smut.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? He's God. He could have invented anything, and he's like, you know what?
Do you think that it's
spend my time boinking?
Do you think that it's gonna be the reveal of why women cover their left hand?
How? Literally, like...
It's like the one cultural thing that has no explanation yet, and I think it would be very funny if the death of Honor was related to why women don't show their left hands.
Honor died because he cut off his left hand, and all the women in solidarity of Alethkar are like, yeah, no left hands for us. Or it's that you can only jerk off with your right hand. Like, jerking off with your left hand is like a sin. God has, like, decided. Because he's like, I'm not ambidextrous. I can only jerk off with my right hand, and so everyone... all the women should also have to only jerk off with their right hands.
Nimbin says unmanaged is not no people. 10,000 years ago is before the humans came from... Sorry, 10,000 years ago is before the humans came from Ashen. But yes, that is not...
yes.
There are... The singers would already be here, but...
yeah.
The Odium, the humans are still on Ashen. So we're literally going back to when Honor arrived on this planet and there were no shards here.
Maybe Honor, like, fucking, like, booped the other gods. It was like, fuck you guys. And it was like, oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that's a bad thing.
Shimsley says, in the beginning, I, God, created flashbacks. And they were mostly okay.
If the flashbacks are that we go back in time...
yeah.
And God wrote Wind and Truth, I will riot. Okay?
I mean, that is what the Mormons believe, so...
Sure, yeah. The reason God died is because he found golden tablets in his backyard and then lied about it. No.
But he had these special rocks that he held up over his eyes, and then he could read the tablets.
Anyways, should we do
But then
high?
he lost one of the rocks.
Should we do high-low? Let's do high-low.
Let's do high-low. What's your high?
All right. My high in this book...
This week.
God damn it, Jesus Christ. I don't know what the fuck even happened in this book. I think the reveal that Szeth... they're, like, trying to train him to become a herald. Even though I don't really understand it yet, I do thought that it was, like, very high stakes. Yep. Which helped elevate this section for me.
Yep, I agree with that.
So that moment was exciting, and I did quite enjoy that. What is your low?
I should have thought about this. I don't know. That's hard. Because every time I'm like, oh, that. But is that worse than that? I'm like... The problem is there's a number of bad things in this section that all could be my low. And so my low is that I'm the book. My low is really that this week I came to terms with the fact that this book is bad in my eyes.
My low is the fucking insane Risen interlude, which, like, thank God we read Dawnshard. If we hadn't, I would have, like, genuinely been so fucking angry. I'm still, like, angry, but I'm also, like... At least, thank God, I understand this, but also, what the fuck? Why would you throw this ad into this book like this? I did not... this is not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Fucking bonkers. What's your high? You said there were things that you liked.
There are things that I like. My high is The high was the wedding.
Yeah,
It was nice.
Yeah, it was.
I don't like where it is, but the chapter was nice. And,
Yeah.
like, the vows were beautiful.
Yeah.
The writing of the dialogue of the wedding was really wonderful. Yeah.
That was a doorbell.
Do you want to go get it or do you want me to?
I'll go get it.
All right, I'll do the outro while you...
Okay, sorry, guys.
Clarice is going to go get the door. Fanofox says, can anyone explain why Wind and Truth is worse than other books? I just can't get it. What happened? I think it's just too... I think it's just too scattered. I think it's too unfocused. I think it is relying so much on the audience's interest in being advertised to about the future of the Cosmere, right? I think that there's too much next time on. I think there's too much.
Yeah.
Like, I just think there's a bunch of... I think that it is all of the ideas that he wanted to be in the book. And to me, these ideas should have been put on a whiteboard and culled to the best ones. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's so boring. It's 400 pages of PowerPoints. I agree with that. I think it's a lot of... I think the information that we get is good, and I think that more work should have been done into delivering that information in a way that keeps the book feeling like the tension is maintained.
Yeah.
I think the tension is completely deflated out of this book. And the next chapter, starting with 10,000 years ago, it's like being like in the final days of World War II and cutting back to like when Jesus was alive. Mm-hmm. Like, we're invading Germany right now. Who cares about when Jesus was alive? The countries had different names. Like, the way in which he has failed to keep tension across the plot lines is what is rough about them, even though the plot lines aren't bad, right?
Yeah.
I do understand how the plot lines could be very interesting.
Yep.
In a book where they tied together somehow, or where I understood what was tense about them, or what was really at stake in them. And I don't know. I'm disappointed. It's so big and it's so much. And I can't help but feel like it's not worth the paper it's printed on right now. And I hate that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree that... I don't think I agree with that. I do think, again, that there are people that enjoy this book, and that 100%, I can
and
see
they're
where
right. They're right, too.
Well, calling this a waste of paper is I think, disingenuous to...
but it's not disingenuous to my feelings.
But you just said that...
But I know, but I'm expressing it. Saying that I'm being disingenuous means that I am lying, and I'm being honest.
Bro, what the fuck? I literally checked the door and there was nobody there. Who is knocking again?
I don't know. Yeah. High expectations about great endings. Everyone's favorite issue built up over way too much time and it fell short. Well, and I think the idea that this isn't the ending is weird. Like, I do think there's I think that Brandon Sanderson came up with the 10 book thing. But this book doesn't act like there's 5 more books. This book acts like it is the end of the series. It's a really weird it's a really weird problem, I think, that this book, because there are people who defend this book as being like, well, it's not the ending. There's 5 more books, and I'm like, yes, yes, that is true, but it's like saying that, like, Return of the Jedi isn't an ending because 7, 8, 9 exists, but that's not really true. Like, it is Return of the Jedi is an ending. Revenge of the Sith is an ending. All of those are endings. And there is a skill to putting an ending in the middle of something because it is the ending of a series. And this book is... It was not an ending, but it was an ending. There are no endings or beginnings in the Wheel of Stormlight. Yes, exactly. But as a ending to the plot lines we've been following, I just don't. I don't. Chris Has says, I think this is much more Empire than Jedi. See, I think, Chris, I think the problem is that this book can't decide if it's Empire or if it's Jedi. That's what it is. It fluctuates wildly between being the middle of something and the end of something, and it doesn't make a strong enough choice on either one. And that, I think, is the problem. Is the carpet here?
Yeah, but the Murphy bed's also here, so...
We have to wrap this up. If you like the video, sorry guys, we just had a big delivery. Smut Club, Risen...
we did some smut already.
Risen has a little built into her chair. There's a smaller remote that she can pull out, and if she's sitting on her chair with her pants off, she just pops that remote, and a little dildo comes up and just kind of Sibians. Yeah.
That's what she's selling to the Alethi.
Yeah, vibrators.
Yeah, they don't really care about the flying mechanics.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But the BDSM artists of Roshar strap people into those chairs, and they just fucking have a go.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Bye, chat.
What's going to be really good for the sex lives of married couples in Roshar is when you're long distance, but you can control your wife's vibrator through a what's the fucking
reed?
A span reed? Yeah. We have that technology now. They'll have
Great.
it soon.
Good for them.
Like, subscribe to all those things. Leave me comments. We got to go and get our new bed. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Are you mad at me for that one?
No.
Thank you, bots.